into it. We're rocking out with my blocking out. Let's do it.
I'll be right back.
You've accepted lead. You've accepted lead here, Sasquatch. Thereby, you are the me.
Yep.
Demolished.
Natch came at me the other day. Did y'all notice any of that? Anybody follow Natchikita?
He came at you for what?
He's the nicest guy on YouTube. You know it. I know it. And there it is. I've never seen him get visceral with anyone in my life.
Oh, you haven't watched enough of his show.
Yeah, you haven't watched enough of Nachiketa then.
I've seen him get testy with folks, but not without something leading up to it, right?
Oh, whoa. Are you saying you were innocent and he came at you?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Start saying innocent. I am a retired troll, son. Like, I have to accept my responsibilities. He knows I'm a retired troll. He doesn't know I'm retired, I guess. But no,
what did you say? I want to know. What'd you say?
Oh, it wasn't that. I showed up on a panel where they were discussing the ice wall and a trip to Antarctica that someone has planned that they're doing, and they've actually got contracts and stuff about it. And they were discussing it in general. And I was working on my OBS trying to get it to work in Google. I managed to get it to work in Edge. Hold on, who just showed up?
Okay. The whole Google Edge thing is irrelevant to the story.
Can we watch it?
But I popped up. Give me a minute. I popped up. Said hey to everybody. Hell, Flo was there. I said hey to everybody. Flo left after a few minutes, and
oh my God, all this background. Tell me what happened.
I know. Can we just
watch Natch? You know how Natchikita is, though. It's kind of pertinent. Anyway, in the middle of all that, Natchikita just out of the blue pops up. It's like, well, Sasquatch is an avowed globe earther. Well, why don't you tell us something about this? And I was like, no, I'm just here listening, dude. I'm working on some stuff in my computer and I'm listening. And he was like, so what are you here listening to? I said, I don't know. The questions of the human condition. Hold on. I got it. I'll get it. I'll bring it up. We'll just watch part of the damn thing.
Well, he threw you under the bus there, you know.
Yeah, sure. I know. I was on a panel full of flat earthers and immediately, got called out. I don't mind by that. That's fine. It's his channel. He can handle it the way he wants to. I just don't know what triggered him about me. That's what I don't know.
People, Sasquatch.
I can. I know, and I do. And yeah, I don't mean to.
Yeah, you do.
I don't mean
not all the time, but sometimes you do.
Oh, I can do it on purpose if I choose to, but I don't mean to do it.
Natch is so lovely. He's such a I like Natch. He's such a interesting guy, but he's so
right. He's always sporting, dude. He's willing to talk about anything.
Dude, he's so passive aggressive.
That's not what I was here doing. I wasn't trying to.
And he is usually very nice about his passive aggression, but if someone says something that he believes is against his most deep held beliefs, he will go at them.
He gets he gets triggered.
And yes, that's a conspiracy channel. That's what it is. Yeah.
I went over there specifically to discuss my concept of the hollow earth theory that doesn't involve an interior sun or any such smut like that. It's more like the cave or possibly Descent. You ever watch Descent? Anyway,
just say the thing. Say what you want to say. Don't make me remember other things.
Okay, there's more space in the caves below the earth than we realize, and there are things that live there and have lived there for ages,
like dinosaurs.
And sometimes one of those dinosaurs makes it up out of the earth and ends up on the surface, and we have we find soft dinosaur tissue, and we call them dragons. Yeah.
And it's called
King Kong lives in Hollow Earth.
Okay.
I really think that Sasquatch, right? That's your troll.
So that's a little bit of a troll, right? But the concept, the idea of things from the surface successfully colonizing deep caverns, something. The problem is vitamin D and vitamin C. Without vitamin D and vitamin C, almost every animal on Earth eventually freaking runs out of juice. But we're farmers, yo. Like, I don't see necessarily why it wouldn't be possible to do so.
Is there a vitamin C and vitamin D producing mushroom?
Oh, hey,
Are there
Sean.
mushrooms that produce? Wow.
What's up, Cynthia?
We-
What would be the
We-
difference between someone just living in a cave?
The difference is depth.
Are we gonna watch the video section? You still dog just go somewhere
Oh,
else.
shut up, Cynthia. You no. Just no. Just
Well, no, what? We're not gonna watch the video now.
Yeah, the difference
no,
between
we
the
have-
surface and a cave is the depth of it. Yeah,
background.
that's true.
I mean, we've never been able to dig. We've never been able to dig deeper than 7.5 miles, 12 kilometers. So, like,
Sure, but I'm
How-
not talking
how
about
come-
digging. I'm not talking about digging anything. I'm talking about natural caves under the substructure of what we know about, right? So we know about this, the cave. They're covered. Well, I think it's in Ukraine actually. There's a few caves
Russia.
over by Caucasus that we have never found the bottoms of. We just can't.
yeah,
carry
they're
them
gates to
here
hell. They're documented gates to hell.
Sure, that's
Documented.
kind of what I'm going at here. Like, who's to say that deep beneath the earth there's not some evolved creatures that we just don't encounter?
That's an appeal to ignorance.
Oh. What?
I got you.
I
Yeah,
don't- like,
I'm not trying to prove anything here. You asked me what my Hollow Earth theory was and how it was different. It doesn't.
Yeah, now I'm
involve-
telling you why it's flawed.
You're good. I like you. Would you like to start your 5 minutes now?
Oh yeah. 5 minutes to yell at
Cynthia,
that.
you get your 5 minutes. I think we should give it to you immediately. Tell me everything you hate about me.
Oh,
please.
Oh, it's not. It's
No,
not about
that's-
hate. It's just about good and bad thinking. It's never about hate.
You can do it. She has
It
it. She has
feels like
hate.
hate sometimes, Richard. I'm not talking about from you. I'm talking about some. Not even me. I'm just saying sometimes it feels like hate when people say the things they say.
Well, I've known a lot of people who are more emotional and less rational, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's part of human nature. Some people are like that, and they internalize things that they shouldn't be internalizing. I have a regular guest on my channel who does that, thinks everything I say I'm talking about them, and that's just not the case.
Right, I agree. But some people on here, when they do come up, they come with hate in their heart.
Well,
That is
sure.
true.
Some
That's
people
true.
hate themselves and they project it onto
Lord.
others, and they find things about themselves to detest. And when other people do it, they hate that thing already and they react to it.
so much of it is projection.
That's what I'm saying.
So much of it, man.
It's obviously the Nazi Amazon women that lived in the Hollow Earth.
Oh, good Lord.
Exactly. Okay.
I
remember.
personally do think that they're trying to get everybody to look out into space, because really where we should be looking is underneath. That's where the spaceships go. Like, that's where the UFOs go. They come.
Okay.
they're-
Hold
they're
up.
documented-
You just said not to look out in space, but underground is where the spaceships go. So
Well, it's inner space. It's still a spaceship.
I like that.
That was a total swag. I just made that up.
Inner Space
Don't
is one of the
don't
best
believe me.
films from the 80s, man. One of the best films ever from the 80s. Inner Space.
It's
Meg
goofy.
Ryan,
I really like it.
Meg Ryan when she
Well,
was really hot.
Yeah.
It would explain why we always see UFOs and shit here, and we never see them coming here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's why we see him. What? Say that again.
Bodies of
We
water.
never see UFOs coming in from space. We always see UFOs here on Earth or in the water. That would make sense to why. That would make more sense why UFOs would come from the depths rather than from space.
I think there's a lot going on underground that they really don't want us to know about.
Or we can't know about. I mean, it's a lot of underground, a lot of underwater.
But I think there's like 1% of the 1% know about. There's something going on down underneath.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there's
Fucking,
something going on.
like-
Period. That someone knows about.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well,
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
still stuck on the
There's something
spaceship. Like they do, but if you see them in the sky, are you saying that they didn't come from space? You know, they're just kind of
Yeah.
like a plane.
Okay,
They're not
so like,
spaceships. They're Earthships.
so the way
Ah.
we have everything set up, we are looking in space, like from here to the moon, we'll say. We are watching everything that happens around us. We don't ever see UFOs in that area. We don't ever see UFOs coming in from the moon, around the moon. We always observe these things happening here on Earth. They're already here. When we see them.
Yeah.
Or they're seen coming out of large bodies of water or going
Yeah.
into large bodies of water.
Yeah, it's very earthly still.
But
Like
it's
for
not-
something-
they're not like planes. I think that they are. There is definitely something, because I've seen them myself. I can personally testify. I have seen more than one UFO that has shown. It says, to me, yeah, there is technology out there that isn't.
Ooh, let's tell our UFO stories. I have one.
But
I
it
want to hear
isn't
yours
like-
first,
it
though.
doesn't work in the same. It's almost like they create a field around them, so they're able to perform maneuvers that in a normal aircraft would
I have a
tear
theory
not
about that.
only the aircraft but the person inside the aircraft to pieces because of all the G-force.
What, Richie, you're going to love this. Let me tell you this. Okay, this is a thought. I can't show it's true. If inside of a gravity well, time is slower, then outside of that gravity well, time is faster.
Wait,
So
what?
if you so gravity is tied to time. We already know this is a fact. If you created
that.
anti-gravity,
Flip it.
if you what's that?
Flip it. Inside a gravity well, time is faster. The further away from the outside the gravity well you go, it is slower. It's the other way around. You had it. You had it wrong.
Well, that ruins it. Never, no point in telling it now.
Sorry.
No,
Do
I
a lot
think
of
you're right. I
physics
think I had
talk.
it backward.
No,
Yeah,
I do
the
a lot of
Jack-
physics talk. I
Yeah.
can't help it.
Never mind.
Hey, so have
No,
y'all
sorry,
ever heard
guys.
of people that say they have like that, like they lose time? Have y'all ever heard stories of people who like they'll
I'll
go to
sure.
a movie?
Like
Sure,
And
a
drug
they'll-
addicts, people
I've
who are
lost
crazy, all kinds of people lose time.
I went to
No,
a bar
like they'll-
one
Actually-
time and didn't make it back for 3 freaking days. I woke up in Savannah in the back of a Jeep.
Right, I've lost time where I've not. It's not like I've woken up somewhere
right.
and I've woken up here. And this time's gone. No, I've lost time where it's been 11 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
and then literally it's 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yes.
And it's like, hang on a second, what the fuck?
It's just called a break from reality.
I think it's just dilation. It's time dilation where you're so immersed, your focus and attention is so immersed in something outside of time that you don't experience time as it's happening around you. So time dilates.
Time is a difficult conversation to have in English. Hi, Sean.
It's relative. Time is relative.
How you doing?
Is it? I'm doing good. Doing good.
So
Time-
what brings
Shit,
you
look
around
on the
this area?
panel. Jeez, what is there?
Oh, I want to
Oh,
say a
just
cool
fun physics
sounding
stuff.
tautology.
What do you usually go all in on? Like, I'm sure you have a channel topic and a thing that you do.
Oh yeah,
What do you-
that's this debunking flat Earth,
wow. Okay, this
understanding
takes a
physics,
lot,
the whole nine.
So
I
why
agree.
did you choose such low hanging fruit?
right?
Because I was a flat earther, so I have
Oh, okay.
vested interest.
All right, cool.
All right. So this is my flat Earth experience.
All right. Let's. We're not here to wake
I know.
Caucasian Sasquatch. I mean, we've talked before, and
Yes.
you're a staunch like globe earther, and you're gonna remain a globe earther for God knows how long. I mean, there's
Sure.
enough fucking information out there to go and educate yourself about why the Earth is not a globe, but you choose not to do that. I don't know why.
I like to listen to the discussions about it. It pleases me. I don't mean anything
Why?
negative by it. I don't know. I view it as an observation of the human condition, the types of things that
What condition is that?
human, just being a person.
Like being insane because like they don't agree with your cosmology or what?
Wow, he is going at you.
He's so
Right.
triggered, man. He's so triggered.
You know that right now.
But he was
and
triggered
Z.
before Sash got
Yeah.
there because he came in hot at Trig. I mean, at
That's
Sash.
because right now, him, Z, and the little group, those top three, Jake and Z, right there, they're all going at it with 007 knows what I'm talking about. Going at it with like Jaren and all them right now. It's like a big deal. It's like a really big flat Earth divide happening right now. So
See, I
he's
was
been
unaware of
super
that.
angry because of it. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so
completely unaware of this. I had no idea. I simply showed up because I was doing a little bit of work and I needed a stream to carry some bandwidth, something that'll use some bandwidth as a stress test. And while I was doing it, right. And I pop in. I've done this before with Natch. It's never been a problem. He's like, "Oh, okay, well that's fine. You can just sit there," and he moves on with whatever he's doing. It's never been a problem before.
So you're walking through the park one day, and there's a war in the middle of it, and you didn't realize that you're standing.
Yep, that's exactly what it was, dude.
But
So,
yeah,
somebody chucks a grenade at you. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
just
was-
on a
he was
landmine
bad.
from a war I'm not involved in.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
and
already bad with Sash. But
Yeah, it's
When
all
you're
over that final experiment Antarctic trip thing.
So
That's all-
Sean,
that's all the same.
Sean, like I mean, you say you used to be a flat earther. Where do you stand now? Because I'm denying the models. You cannot model this realm that we live in. That's where I stand.
I'm kind of in that
It's
same
impossible
camp.
to model it.
If you want to say the universe, I would 100% agree with you. The problem is that again, where we live is a different story, and you got to remember, a model is just the data recorded and observed for whatever you're talking about. So the model of the Earth is only going to be based off your observations, measurements, calculations. It's not a make up and show type thing.
So
Those things must work with
so what about the
observations.
lack of measurable curvature according to their?
There is
Hold on.
absolute measurable curvature, and I can even tell you exactly how to find it. What's up?
Why can I see islands?
Yo,
that,
cool. Show me some skin, baby.
According to their equation, I shouldn't be able to see.
All right, baby.
The equations that you're talking about are going to discuss the tangent, and you're going to see that. And when you look over over the ocean and you see obstruction, that's the curvature you're inferring isn't there. It is a consequence of
This is not intended to become a flat Earth panel.
It's got to. That's the only reason I come up here. I'm giddy like a schoolgirl.
No, wait, hey, Sash. It's very important that you listen to this, because when you go on flat Earth panels, you are bait to them.
I like being bait. Tell me what I need to listen to. That's crazy. Don't you know where you at?
They go. He's not going to know these arguments. Let him in. That's what they love. That shit.
Yeah, right. They won't use that shit on me, but I watch them use that shit on people they think won't know any better. Hey, Jonah.
Exactly.
So cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
That's good. Who's that talking? Double O?
Yeah.
I can't. Don't make me zoom in. What's up? Good to see you, pal.
I'm actually gonna say my goodbyes. I've got to go and get ready for my stream at 4. So
all right. I'll try and catch you. You got the right guy in here for that conspiratorial shit. Double O would have been good.
See you later, guys.
Be easy, bro. I am giddy. I love this, and I see it just like my man. They thought Sasquatch was a victim, and I was interested, man. Y'all, if you can keep going, I don't really have shit to say. This is just interesting as fuck.
I'll buy that. I don't know exactly what it was that triggered this. Up until this point in the conversation, Z has been doing the bullet point stress test on, like, how long is the Nile? How much does it drop over a certain distance? If you shoot a bullet, if you use artillery, like this type of stuff.
Excuse me. Let me say this. And he was also right that they are going through it with one of their flat earthers is and a bunch of their community. Yes, is now starting to say that listen, if we see the sun stay around for 24 hours, we're leaving you guys. So the community is tearing, and these are popular, famous flat earthers. So they must call them shields. And now they're calling Z and not shields. It's a big beef going on. My man was right about that too.
Right. No.
Hey Joe, it gets bigger than that. It goes bigger than that because they think you know who Dell is, right?
I don't know. Is that go ahead?
It's the Scottish dude that does his live streams in the shed. He thinks the Earth is uprising, uprising Earth. Well, Notch and all of them are on his camp now. So now it's the uprising flat Earth. There's the no 24-hour sun, and these guys are all part of it right now.
Okay, because I'm wondering how they're gonna justify it. Their model clearly is inaccurate. This will prove it. So you know the diehards had to squeeze out. It's interesting watching these guys.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was there. Is I noticed there was something stressful going on in the flat Earth community. But I wasn't paying enough attention to know what it was, and I kind of hoped growing up on the panel I'd figure that part out without becoming too much of an asshole.
I got a secret for you, Sasquatch. That didn't work.
Stop it.
Right, didn't work.
I'm just like, how is he even saying this?
I mean, people can believe whatever they want to believe. Personally, I'm more like 007, a model denier. I don't think any of the models accurately depict what we're experiencing. I think some are physically close, right? Physically close. But I think
if you had a model that sorry.
But there is more to the Earth than we can perceive. There's more to this universe than we can see. So you have to leave room for the unknown.
I agree.
And in my
Sasquatch.
Science says.
It's killing me. It's just killing me. What you're saying is the model isn't perfect. Now there's two observations within that. That is, science is not complete. We don't know everything. So the model wouldn't be perfect. That's the first problem. Second thing is, a perfect model would be the thing.
You're not wrong. And I get policy built into this, to what I was saying. But the metaphorical instance stands. I'm stating that I don't believe my lying eyes when it comes to some things.
I just got more geeked. I didn't know Demolished Doctrine was up here. I'm a fan. I just got even more geeked. This is a good morning for me.
Peace and respect, Joe.
Love, baby.
Now y'all cuddle.
No, I tried to get Flo to play our video, but he won't do it on his page.
No.
I'm playing your video.
I just need like 3 days. Sent. I got something for you on that.
If it was socially acceptable, I have my arm around a human being at all times. I would.
It is socially acceptable.
It's not because I
got my arms around myself every day of the week.
Yeah, me and Sasquatch cuddle a lot.
Yeah.
Please play more video and talk more. Damn it.
What's the point of this panel? We're awesome and we're up and at it.
Negative.
No, it's not about that. It's just the vocabulary that you're using as if. I
want you to hear my response to him coming at me.
Okay.
No, it's not about that. It's just the vocabulary.
I haven't done anything negative. Why do we have to become negative?
No, it's not about that. It's just the
No, it's not about negativity. It's about something else.
You jumped in. You just got to remember, you jumped in a lion den with bacon strapped to your legs.
He recognizes it, and now he's dangling the bacon in front of them. Mm-hmm. He's like realized it, and now Sasquatch is like, "Oh, I'm gonna play with y'all."
Okay.
Right. Okay. We lost somebody. I think. I don't know who. Anyway.
Vocabulary that you're using as if like the human condition. You like to listen in on the human condition of people talking about the flat Earth, even though you don't agree with any of it.
Not only flat Earth, but also about Atlantis and about various alternative histories. I read an awful lot of fiction too, but I don't think that limits me to just believing in fairy tales. You know, Joe, how you like that one?
I like it. And Notch is very angry. So the more calm you be, and you are trolling him. I'm with Cynthia now. You say shit like that. Yeah.
What was I supposed to say, dude? I had no intention of actually being involved in the conversation unless called upon for a particular thing. You know, sometimes when I'm on the Nature's panel, you know, he can't always share stuff the way he likes it.
I love that you threw in flat Earth with Atlantis and other.
Yeah.
Go ahead, slap the lion.
fairy tales, right? I wasn't intentionally trolling. I swear.
Just stick your
was
finger in the lion's nose. It's brilliant.
From what I'm seeing,
He's
Sasquatch is still the deer in headlights right now. He sees it
No,
coming,
he's
but he
not.
doesn't know what it is yet.
No, yes, he does. He doesn't know what it is, but he knows he doesn't know exactly what he is, but he knows what he needs to do to pull it
Oh,
out.
come on, Cynthia. Don't contradict yourself in 2 sentences.
Just one. You what?
Yeah, just okay. He's aware that there is something, and
Yes.
he's gonna play his strategy the best way he knows how to pull it out, to bring light to whatever
Actually,
the issue is.
my
Was
thought
that better?
process at the time was shit, I stepped on a landmine. How do I get off a landmine? Let's see what happens. I can listen. Maybe something I hear will ring a
Wait a
bell.
minute.
Maybe it will. You know?
So, like, just because, okay, so this is a kind of a little bit of a jump. So you read fairy tales, that doesn't mean you're going to believe in it. Just because you listen to flat earthers, somehow that is a kind of a correlation.
No, I'm saying maybe something will ring a bell. Maybe something will ring true. Maybe I will waken. I'm willing to entertain any amount of thought in any direction if it might expand someone's concepts of reality. I am absolutely convinced. Joe?
Not's trying to pick a fight. Not just trying to pick a fight. You're doing everything you can to avoid one, and he's trying everything he can to cause one.
And I didn't even I didn't watch this one. I usually watch this channel, but I'm gonna predict something. I'm gonna Notre Dame the fuck out of this.
Okay.
Notch is gonna get you going. Notch is gonna get you going, and then the second you bite, Z jumps in.
Woo! I like it. I like it.
Sean, you got a reference better than Nostradamus. 8 out of more than 2,000 quatrains may have been correct.
Right.
You say about 8. They make some leaps, don't they? In order to credit him with those, they make leaps. I love it,
bro. I just want to say that y'all haven't known, Sean, you haven't known me very long, so I'll forgive you for mispredicting the way this goes. But personally, I think I made out like a bandit.
I thought Zeke gotta attack you. It's his nature. That's all he does.
Oh, he tried. He started. He opened. I didn't show that part because it's like 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. I just got here, so I didn't see.
Oh, okay. So that part already happened.
Yeah, that's already happened.
Okay,
me and Z is already going round and round about the Nile and curvature of the earth and something about him.
Yes.
So my prediction was right, though. It did happen.
Just the order was in question.
Okay.
When he thinks he sees blood in the water, that's exactly what he does. He jumps on Notch's panel and gives those, you should know better because the Nile and this, and he gives shit that he would never mention around me because I crushed him for it.
Hey, Joe, I called him out. I called Z out, told him I wanted to be. I started messaging him in his chat and shit. Still hasn't responded. Or he responded with a thumbs up, but he won't tentatively go, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, because he'll talk to you all day, Sasquatch, but he won't talk to me.
He'll talk at you. There was no discussion. It wasn't. I'm aware when people just want to hear the sound of their voice, and I'm perfectly willing to let them.
I love it, Sasquatch.
Right. All right, check this out. Paying any amount of thought in any direction if it might expand someone's concepts of reality. I am absolutely convinced we are not observing the real world as it is. I don't know what the real world actually, quote unquote, looks like, but I don't believe that's what we're perceiving. I don't know how to explain that.
I mean, like, to me, that just seems so nonsensical, but we're going to put it to bed for now. Let me just ask Rusted Soul, is your mic working? Rusted Soul.
I don't know. Tell me, is it?
Oh my gosh, yes, it is. I hope you can stay with us.
Yeah, I had to open I don't have a StreamYard account, so I had to start that. I had to pull out my computer, find my headphones. Like, it's been a mess.
A little bit of housekeeping takes place.
You're here. I'm glad that you're here.
Wait for a minute if you guys can finish whatever.
Well, okay. If you can just wait 1 minute, let me give the mic over to Caucasian Sasquatch, and then because I do want to be fair. Do you have any thoughts in closing in regarding this conversation before we go back to the conversation they were initially having. Go ahead.
They were having an excellent conversation, and I was enjoying watching the ebb and flow of it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but
any of the
she was having mic issues, and that's why we had
Right.
a little bit of a
Go ahead.
lull, and then that's why we ended up having this conversation. But I didn't want to abruptly interrupt you. That's why I'm giving you the mic
You're
for
fine.
now.
Excellent. Go ahead. Have tons of fun. I'm going to go back to chewing on this, see if I can figure it out. Thank you.
All right. Take care, man, and thanks for coming on up, and good talking with you. Go ahead, Rusted.
So
It
from
looks like you showed us the worst part.
That's the disengagement. That's me taking 2 steps back and rethinking the location I put my fuzzy ass.
I wanted to see him beat up on you. That's what I wanted to see.
I know you want to see that, but I've
Yeah.
become excellent at extirpating myself from these paper prisons.
You are.
Oh, nice.
I always say that shit. I tell motherfucker. Now, I hope this is not a knock against you. I always tell motherfucker, Sasquatch knows a little bit about everything. Brilliant guy, brilliant to talk to. However, you'll never get the best out of him because he doesn't like to wrestle and fight and stuff like that. He'll withdraw, and I do believe that's true.
I'm not willing to stand on principles I don't have.
Even on yours, you don't fight them. You know what I'm saying. You'll tell the
No,
motherfucker.
I'll tell them the truth, and then if they don't
Yes.
bite after that, I really don't see why we're going to sit around and argue about a philosophical moray that was established 10,000 years ago.
Maybe it's just.
Wait, let me see if I got this right, Sasquatch. You have a philosophy that you don't argue philosophy?
You're not far off. That's not far off the mark, bro. You're
That was a
pretty-
good one.
Do you stand behind that? I mean, how strongly do you feel about not arguing philosophy?
Philosophy right there.
Are you willing to die on that hill?
Look,
That's what
I
I'm
know
asking.
shots
Yeah.
fired when I see shots fired. Come on, brother.
Oh yeah. Put y'all 2 up top.
No, Sasquatch is going to withdraw.
Oh, yeah.
What if I don't let him?
Demolish won't.
Like the French.
Demolish won't withdraw. He'll go. He's a dog on a bone.
I got to tell you that much. I have seen Demolish rearrange his concept, but never withdraw.
Never.
Demolish, since you're up here, Richard, I think is your real name, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's
That's
Richard,
what mom and dad said anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day, you were on a panel somewhere and you were talking about in the beginning God created heaven and earth and how they it was written in Hebrew, and I think the original word was Adonai or something, and it meant multiple gods and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
it's actually a plural. It's Eloach and Elohim, and Elohim's a plural, and it means powerful beings. It doesn't mean God. To translate that as a singular monotheistic God is lazy, irresponsible, and assumptive.
Just wanted to say you sent me off on something. I'm sure this was months ago, but you sent me off on something, and I'm all on board with that. Not only did it make sense, which is why I looked into it, but everybody says the same thing. That word is misinterpreted, and it means plural.
Yeah, and that's why it says, "Let us make man in our image."
Now
in the
it makes
image
more
of
sense.
us. Yes.
So, Joe, I'm from the
Right,
Bible,
makes sense.
and I've chewed through virtually every rendition of the English Bible that I've come across.
Saying
And around
wasted
here,
your time.
Somebody says it's a waste of time.
that was Demolished Doctrine. No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong, because when you get to the different English Bible, most of them either draw from incorrect interpretation or incorrect translation. You've got to remember in the Middle Ages, it was highly sought after to be something of a poet when you were translating from the word, right? So things changed in the Middle Ages that a lot of people don't really bother to look into. When was the treaty of when was that? 1077?
Which treaty?
Versailles.
Treaty of Versailles. Treaty.
Is that
of
the one that laid down the classical 5 books of the Bible or whatever?
Oh, the Council of Nicaea. That's what
Thank you. Oh my God. I just totally fucked that whole thing up. I'm gonna put myself in the corner for a minute. Y'all continue.
I would say I'm glad you took it to the Council of Nicaea, Sasquatch, because I would say you're being generous. It's not like they're just poets and wanted to have flowery words. Those people who decided what 10 books, I'm sorry, not what 10, but what books would go in the Bible, they had an agenda. They would have been the richest, most powerful of those people who you do not. That's like Joe Biden.
Let me throw you a modern analogy. It would be
Yeah.
no different if the WEF woke up tomorrow and issued a brand new Holy Bible that was based off of the original Holy Bible, but better. It's the same thing.
It's that. Listen, and then you got to throw on though that those people who they put in charge would have to be out of touch, elderly people. These would be the most, the guys who, in today's standards, ain't been to a grocery store and don't know how to fucking the milk costs or how to run it across the scanner and shit like that. They would be super out of touch, and they would have had an agenda. One would have been women cannot look strong, Jesus must look human. And they would have made sure that that went over in the Bible. So I'm saying that nefarity made its way into there, not just made sure that that went.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm confused. If the Bible is bad and has all this manipulations and all this stuff in it,
has been.
How do you know it? Yeah, how do you know anything about a God then?
That's actually quite easy to answer, and I would do it in the form of a parable if allowed. Let's say I was going to be the absentee God, the divine hiddenness, right? And I knew that I was going to be left. It's a lot like if I got sent to jail and I'm on a death sentence, right? As far as anybody knows, they're never going to see me again. But I want my last will and testament to go out to my love being the people, also especially the hero, okay? So I have two choices here. I could give my best friend, because I'm locked behind a wall here. I can't get out. I could give my best friend a singular copy of my last will and testament, but he could change it and nobody would know the difference because he's the only one that talks to me and no one else could. I'm speaking of the prophet, right? Or prophets, right? So what I do instead is I give 50 of my best friends a letter of my, a copy of my will and testament. I don't tell any of them that 50 of them got. Everyone thinks they are the only one that got it. I'm talking about ancient religions.
Right.
Okay. So what this does is when my true love, the right time frame, the right people far in the future, finally get all of those letters, they can hold them side by side and say, this got changed over here. This got changed over there. This got changed over there. But because everybody would change different things, the original message is still maintained.
The problem with what you said is that there's no point where God did that. It's me saying, I had a friend and that friend told me this, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to write it down and I'm going to put it in a book. And then someone else goes, hey, I got that friend too. And I'm going to give you this story that I'm just going to put in here.
Okay. But in order for you to be right, they must have known of each other. They didn't.
No, they don't. That's not true at all. I can know somebody and not know the person they know.
That's absolutely fine. What I'm saying is the Aboriginal Australians believed they were the only humans on the planet for quite a long time. They have the same stories.
They have the same stories as your religion, or they have we came from somewhere.
Say it the other way around. I have the same stories as their religion. You could say it the other way. It's fine.
Before y'all get too far, I need to say something to you, Sean. But before we leave the biblical part, Council of Nicaea, that age generation stuff, how can we know what happens? They were not successful at just giving their version of the Bible. At that time, people were leery of them, and all the books that were abundant, the ones that they chose from, decided what we were worthy to hear and not hear, they hid them all. And they began discovering batches of them. The first one was in Qumran in a cave. Some little kid found it. I could tell you that story, but they found stashes. But we have the originals that they translated from now. So we can see where they changed it.
You're going into some of that ancient Gnostic faith. You got to throw that G in there, that good Gnostic faith, right?
Well, those parchments and such from Qumran are a verification of a sort of at least what was written down in that certain time frame.
Agreed.
Okay, but would those books be, like you were saying, like the indigenous people, had you have the same God as them. How do you say that if they don't have the same Bible you have?
Can I field this one?
Absolutely, sir.
Go.
All right. So most of these faiths, not all, but all of them have one true overarching power as an overarching God, whether it's a single monotheistic religion or it's a pagan religion, either way. And so that singular overarching power would be the one true God from the perspective of a Christian viewing from outside in.
Nope,
So
that's a straw man. That's horrible.
Yeah,
worth a shot, though. Dan, you take it, Dan.
That was horrible. Yeah, nothing like that. No, what I'm attempting to say, probably poorly, is this icon I'm using. I did as a physical rendering, 2-dimensional, of course, using paints of chapter 4 of the book of Revelation. And I had this same painting in a public area in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which Santa Fe, New Mexico, it has 3 different cultures in it. It has the natives, it has the Mexicans, and it has the whites that came over, basically, right? So there's these 3. There's a bunch of Christians. There's a bunch
the
of
natives and the Mexicans the same?
No, sir, they're not.
You got a good argument, Sean. I'm on board with you. Black people too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we don't. To be honest, we don't have a very big black population, but
they have a different.
But that's beside the point. Most of the blacks are Christian anyway. So Cynthia, damn it, they asked me a question. Damn, stop it, Cynthia. I love you. Stop it. I'm trying to keep my.
Cynthia, you get it.
This is going to take all day. If you guys keep derailing me, it's going to take all day, and I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to answer the man. Okay, so this Native American walks by my painting of chapter 4 of the book of Revelation, points at it, and says to me, "Red Star Kachina." I said, "Whoa! What do you have? What's Red Star?" He goes, "Oh, shelf this, book that, library this. Go look up for yourself." And he was right. This exact count, coloration, arrangement is painted on the chest of the Red Star Kachina, the Kachina of their ancient religion. Now, their religion, 10,000 years estimated, older than when the first of the other people came onto this island, onto Turtle Island. Okay,
Richard, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to interrupt. I got to go. I got to go help one of my buddies. I'll be back. The only reason I'm leaving is because I'm going to do this favor for him now in hopes that I can get back to this conversation. And please forgive me, Richard. But I'd like to add one more thing before I go. They took pictures, it's complicated, of quantum entanglement now. And the picture that they got is really radiographography or some shit like that. But I'm going to call it a picture. It is exactly like yin and yang. Thousands of years ago, these people knew what these shapes and shit looked like. But I'll get more into it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, brother.
And it raises the question that how did they have an expression that's accurate to reality, that expresses the same ideas as the reality, when they must have been ignorant? But that's another argument. Okay, so this is not only the Red Star Kachina painted on his chest and his helmet, okay, which is the heavens coming on down to the earth, but this is also in Aboriginal Australian, the rainbow serpent. This is also the Chinese dragon. This is also a Hindi god, and on and on and on without end. So what I'm saying is, before the people ever met each other to borrow, steal, give an homage to some more ancient religion, as we see in the ancient Near East, and that's our normal way of thinking about it, that's fine. But these people did not meet each other in order to steal each other's religion, yet have the same stories.
Well, symbol and stories aren't the same things, but I think that there's going to be a correlation between the end goal being a creator. But other than that, I don't see the.
That's too generalistic. See, okay,
it would be generalistic because
I agree with you, but there has to be. I agree with you that there is human nature to be considered, and human natures have a tendency to be a God maker. I can agree with that argument. However, there must be some level of specificity where you say that's too much to be coincidental.
All right, Dennis.
No, I think that's what's that word when you see shit in the clouds? I think it's when you're looking for some pareidolia. I think it's pareidolia in the sense of what we're
I just gave you an example of it's not pareidolia. I just said
still
an
do it.
objective third person
Hold
said
on.
to me, "You just painted the red star Kachina," and he was right.
But this is anecdotal. You're
I
not
think
showing me that this is fact.
Sasquatch has a comment he wants to read.
I'm fixing to do some stuff. Y'all can pick up after. Too many people think arguing with the other side makes headway. It doesn't. It's just a clickbait argument. He's not wrong on the surface of it for most people, but Richard, hypothetically speaking, this is entirely an imaginary event we're going to take place in, okay? If I were to find heaven and me and you went to heaven and saw the throne of God and there was no God on it, would it not cause you to have a moment of doubt? Somehow,
if I believed God was a person, I guess in your hypothetical, yeah, it would cause a problem.
Okay. Right. You'd have some kind of mental thing to get over. And I'm not trying to define that mental thing, but I'm just saying you are willing to accept new information. Right.
Yeah, I would apparently have been wrong.
And right. And in accepting the new information, you would identify the flaws in your previous philosophy, theology, and adjust it, correct?
Yeah, that is, I'm not in denial of the reality and evidence that I receive.
Right. Okay. So I don't know if I would refer to most of this as being an argument so much as I would see it as being a conversation. Granted, most of the time the conversation breaks down into either he said, she said, ninny, boo, boo, or you got a big ugly face.
Well, that's why I try to give things that people can falsify. Like you can go look at the red star Kachina and versus this painting of chapter 4 of the book of Revelation, knowing that their expression was older and before the white Christians got here, and say, okay, is that the same? It's precisely this. It's the same color, the same count, the same arrangement. It's the same.
Right. I'm not debating against you. I was using a hypothetical to try to prove right,
argument. But I simultaneously want to say I'm not that poorly thinking about it.
Sean, you said you started out as a flat earther. Is that a YouTube thing you did, or were you or were you just personally a flat earther and then joined YouTube?
No, yeah, it was not. No. I joined YouTube, found flat Earth, became a flat earther, streamed through the whole thing, left flat Earth, and then streamed after the whole thing. Everything's on my channel. The whole nine.
Could it not easily be said that flat Earth left you?
No. No.
It wasn't like exercising a demon or anything like that.
No, there wasn't like an exorcism. It wasn't a religious belief.
Was there an epiphany? Were you sitting around
Absolutely.
one day and went, aha? What was it that caused that epiphany?
Flat Earth content creators being completely full of shit and me actually seeing it.
So it wasn't physical observation; it was the human construct. It was the
it was observations that were made and then shown. I'm very like everything has to be physical for me. I have to understand it. I have to be able to break it down to be able to
100% totally get it. So the reason I can't do the whole flat Earth thing and take it seriously is Pythagoras did this theorem like 5,000 years ago. And he figured out that if you measured the shadow of the sun from a point in the north, moved to a point in the south, then the angle of that would change. And the theorem states how far away the sun is from that location, right? Now, when you're talking a couple of million miles, you're bound to slip a decimal somewhere. And that was a really, really long ago, but the physics of it still works as far as I'm able to determine. When I was in school, we had a science teacher who was absolutely absurd. And somehow he convinced the school to let us go from a place in North Georgia to a place in South Georgia to do this experiment that he proposed, right? And it lines up exactly the way the predictive model states it should.
Hang on. I hate that I'd have to do this. It was Eratosthenes that did the stick measurement,
right?
Using
just Pythagoras, the theorem. I was more along the lines going for the theorem.
You were the general statement of it. I understand.
I was close enough for grenade. Horseshoes, and you know it. But you can go split hairs. I don't mind. It's coming.
Okay. Well, I apologize. The problem is that's that's kind of how I became left flat Earth, understanding all these
Right.
things. So it's all stuck in my brain. So like when I hear people incorrectly say something, it's just like that natural thing to go, wait.
I dig it. Like I said, I had a crazy science teacher who did some crazy stuff with us as a kid. Like he was one of those guys who'd go launch a trash can over the building. He'd be like, everybody come outside. We're doing fire today.
I started doing that shit with flat Earth. Matter of fact, I'm looking to buy some not sodium. What the fuck is it called? Brain fart. Some shit you throw in water and it explodes. I'm gonna do that. Yes, I'm gonna be getting. I'm
circumstances.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a kilogram of it. The problem is it's not something I really want in my house.
No,
you're trying to give yourself a bigger neighborhood, or what's
you're gonna give yourself?
Okay, see, I'm not just gonna just do it out of nowhere. I've looked into this thing. So when you buy it, it comes in a
AJOT's, right?
Like it comes in like it's like a gel or a
oil. It's covered in oil.
Yeah, oil. Thank you, oil. And as long as it doesn't get moisture or dry out, it's good. And I know
it's also, so you know, it comes in a glass thing. So be real freaking careful with that glass thing. And it's really soft. So if it falls on the ground and you step on it, you just spread out the surface area and you're going to blow your foot off.
Oh yeah, I went through it all. I had a guy who was he's a chemist who was kind of
as your YouTube Sasquatch. I strongly advise against this activity.
Why do you want this, John G? Why do you want this?
I'm an adrenaline junkie. I love everything that makes your blood.
There are better ways, bro. You can drive a fast
car.
Wait,
what does it do? Wait, what does it do?
It literally explodes. Big boom. When it's reacted with water. But no, I've gone through all the safety necessary. Like my first option, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some, and I'm gonna do this in a field. And my buddy was like, don't fucking do it in the field because you're gonna put it in a bucket of water. It's gonna explode, and then you're just gonna have a bunch of grenades everywhere when it rains.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of fires. It's like nature. This shit's like magnesium, but cool.
It's really water, and
it's so horrendously bad.
I had a friend who
there's a lake around town I want to use it on.
Yes, actually, the friend of mine made a slingshot, right, and made about a baseball or grapefruit. I'm sorry, softball or grapefruit sized ball of it, and shot it into the middle of a lake.
Yeah, that's a fucking lot.
That way, even though it exploded and fractured itself and didn't go all off the first time, those particles also fell in. You get the idea.
Yeah, that's why I was told not to do it in a fucking field.
Don't do that. In fact, don't no kilograms. No, sir.
No. Okay, so here's the problem. I don't want. I'm not going to do. No. At no point was I ever like, I'm going to throw a kilogram in the water. No, I've done my research.
I just don't think you should have that much around.
Well, here's the thing: buying a couple grams of it is almost impossible. And it's like most places don't sell it in that way. So I can't find so I can't find little bits of it.
You know I am a Second Amendment absolutist, but this is one of those things you should have to register for.
I agree. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I can do it.
But most people don't know
the thing. I like things that go boom. If I got up, I could show you all my fireworks and
we're gonna have to get off this subject immediately because of YouTube. But how about them?
I live in Texas. I live in Texas.
Don't care where you live. This is YouTube. It doesn't matter where.
That's true. That's true. I didn't go into how I do it.
That goes completely.
I can do that.
1 year later, 1/5 of Flow State's audience was missing their left hand.
I got all my fingers. I'm very smart. Look, here's the thing. I'm very smart about this. This sodium thing has been an idea of mine for about a month and a half now. I'm not one of those people that are like, it goes boom, I'm gonna go buy it, and then I come back and I'm like, hey guys, it didn't work. I don't do that game.
What else have you done for Adrenaline Rush?
Yeah, that doesn't involve booms.
Okay, I do.
Are you a parachutist? Are you a free climber of cliffs? Because I am.
No, I don't climb. I splunk. I'm a splunker.
What's that?
I explore caves.
I bet you
drag
do.
forces.
I bet
Okay.
you're a regular booty spelunker.
Okay, well, I got an adrenaline rush. The
Oh,
cave.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can get trapped in a
actually,
cave and die if you're not smart.
Well,
Well, that's
I also
just
started.
adrenaline. Yeah.
actually,
Well,
you
here's the
get
thing.
trapped
I
in
started
a cave
caving in
batteries
California,
die.
and so a lot of my adrenaline that I got was the second I started thinking about what if an earthquake happened.
Oh, right on.
I do downhill mountain bike racing.
Do you
You
drive
name
fast, fast cars?
Yes, I used to drag race. I used to do trial runs on mountains and shit.
If you're in
Off
Texas,
road,
you live very close
desert
to
rat.
some kind of a natural formation that is cliff all the way around, and you have no choice but to climb, up and descend down a cliff in
Not
mesas.
very many mountains here. Not very mountain. No, see, I don't want to climb up and down shit like that. That's what ladders are for.
Oh, geez, man! Like the adrenaline rush of free climbing with no equipment. Are you sure?
Do you
Yeah,
know
I'm
why
positive.
you climb a mountain? Why do you climb a mountain?
Because it's there.
Thank you, sir. Because it is there.
See, I don't climb. I wouldn't climb it. I try to drive my truck up it. That's
I've
how I
climbed
think
a
about it.
mountain.
Dude, I climbed a cliff in the California desert, a mesa in the California desert, and actually it was a National Training Center, and it was NTC, the military zone.
29 Palms.
It's National Training Center. It's nothing else but that.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
I was active at the time. So anyway, when I got to the top, my 24-foot rig at arm's length between my finger and thumb was about a 1/4 inch long. That's how high up I was.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of expending effort just to
like I fought for 5.5 years, stuff like that.
You ever consider
that's how I get my adrenaline?
You seem so calm too, Sean G. I never would have thought that.
Yes, ma'am. That's who I want in a foxhole with me, baby. I want that dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bombs dropping around him, and he's over there trying to light his cigarette. He's like, "Damn, this fucking lighter."
I'll tell you who wins fights. Who wins fights is who stays calm and thinks quickly. That's
yeah. Everything slows down though when you're in those type moments. Everything slows down.
Your perception of it slows.
That's why they did that in Sherlock Holmes. Talking about an intelligent person who can rationalize what's going on, predict it at least slightly, a few moments ahead of where the other person is, and that's what makes you win a fight.
I'm very observant. Yeah, fighting is different now. When you train,
I used to love fighting.
It's a whole different world. I don't even do street fights this morning. I don't like it.
I don't believe in a fair fight. I'll shoot a man in a fair fight, or if I think
there's no such thing in a street fight. There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as a fair fight anyway. You'd have to be physically the same. You'd have to be mentally the same. There's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
Is there a difference between fair and even? Like we're equal and we fight.
Yeah,
versus fair is like what?
Yeah, fighting an organization. If you want fair and you want rules, then you fight for some an organization or something like that. And a street fight, you'll never be ever. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend or some guy you don't know. It's never going to be fair or even.
That's true. That's true. I was always got in trouble for using a nuclear option right out the gate because there's no such thing as a fair fight, and I didn't want to get hurt. And so what would happen is somebody would take a swing and I'd smash a kneecap. And then I'd end up downtown at the freaking police department with videos showing that they took a swing at me first, and they couldn't do nothing. But I am on record with violent past. But it's just reaction. It's what happens if you attack me.
The problem with that is you don't know what they do or what they know, and if you don't break a kneecap that first time, they may do the same.
Oh sure.
I haven't gotten in a street fight in probably 7 years, just based on the understanding of that. And also, if you I think everyone should be fighting, because if you go and train, you're less likely to want to go out in the street and get hit in the face if you get hit in your face every fucking day. That's
true. Not only that, finding out that you're good at violence is a very strange thing.
That's a strong drug. It is.
Yeah. It's hard because, I mean, it's one thing to watch, 4 idiots in a bar room pushing each other around. And it's another thing when those four idiots decide that you're what they're going to push around. Those are two totally different circumstances that suddenly becomes a self-defense issue for me. And so someone goes to the hospital and someone has to drive them.
Yeah, I grew up. My father taught me, if someone starts a fight that you don't know starts a fight with you, assume that you have to make it so they cannot get back up to attack you again. Because the second you turn around, they will always come back at you, especially if you whip their ass. Because
remember this, Eli. This is good advice. Even if you whoop somebody down, you have to arrange for them to leave the battlefield out of and on someone else's care.
Well,
and
I would,
as horrible as that sounds, the reason is, and Eli's a perfect example. He whooped up on somebody who come at him. When he got up, walked away, homie comes back with a knife and gigs on him a little bit, starts carving. Right. That is the effect. If you whoop on somebody but do not defeat them in their mind, they will be back, because you didn't beat them because you're better. You beat them for some other reason they'll make up. And they'll come back with a knife. They'll come back with a gun.
I don't know. I got a big kick out of the military when I was in basic training. When we had obstacle courses, I would purposefully put myself all the way at the back of 300 people and see how many I could pass up. Normally, I was in the top 10. That's a rush.
Richard, you said you don't have an addictive personality, correct?
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Wait. Let's be fair about it. I never said I wasn't in denial of it.
Hey,
I don't like that shit, man. I don't like that shit y'all be doing. Y'all be playing those word games.
Hush. Read a dictionary. I like it. I love it.
Don't nobody have time to read no damn dictionary.
Yes, the thing is there's no point sitting and talking to somebody I agree with. Right?
Yeah, no, it's a real kick if you physically challenge another man that appears to be, and for all intents and purposes is your equal, and you win consistently. That's a rush.
Yeah. I really like the alphas, the response the alphas have to that situation. You know, because I have a bit of a loud mouth. I talk a bunch of trash. I'm not a trying to go out and have a fight violent person. My violence is almost entirely in response to someone else's violence. The thing is this an order of magnitude issue? You know, you punch somebody in the mouth and you end up in the hospital. You wake up later wondering exactly what it was that took place. It's a nuclear option thing with me. And it's not a decision. It's not a conscious decision I make. It's like, oh, violence is okay now. Let's do some real violence.
Well, you know, it's the smarter option. Yeah, you could let it escalate slowly and you know, give each other increasingly harder blows, you know, more of a haymaker, see who falls first. You could do that, but it's not smart.
It's not smart. No one wins that fight. There's no winning a fight. Everyone loses, always. Right? I mean,
yeah, and people who aren't expecting your tactic, go ahead and get to the end of the fight at the beginning, which is basically your tactic. No, go ahead and escalate it all the way right now, that you don't get injured. When people aren't expecting that, they lose.
And it operates as a fair warning for other people who have witnessed this take place.
If they've witnessed it, yeah.
Or I mean, it goes anecdotally a little bit. I'm in a small town. Right.
Okay, fair enough.
So, it gets around. Let's get back to something salty. What's the saltiest topic currently in chat? Let's see. Nile River is.
I gotta take off. I got my little thing to do.
Before you go, Sean. I'm developing in my mapping of you some respect for your brain.
Thank you. I think, right? That's a
Look
compliment.
at you, Sean, earning your stripes.
I'm trying.
Well, I don't jump to conclusions. It takes time.
You want to show your stuff before you go? Tell them where you is and what you are.
All I do is talk about conspiracies and physics and shit. I don't even know if I can put a link in. There it is. Okay. Here, I'll put the link in here. I can't put it in the chat.
Right.
That's my channel. That's the live stream, but you can get to the channel that way. Yeah, just, basically what we've been doing over the past half hour is what I do on my channel, just nonstop for a couple hours or so.
Did you
Have
put
you
it
reviewed-
in the front, Sash? Want me to? You want me to put his in the front?
I want you to go get his channel link and drop it in the chat.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing it right now.
So here's something.
I appreciate that.
Well, the reason being is that when you drop a channel link in chat and someone clicks it, it opens a new window but leaves the chat available and open. When you drop another live stream link, it takes them to another live stream elsewhere, which thins the herd, so to speak. Everybody give Flo money. Give Flo money. Hey, tell everybody.
His daughter's got to go to prom.
Sean, because if I'm wrong about something, I'd like to know about it. Without assuming your position is correct, have you done any critique of electric universe theory? And I don't mean the crazy spitball, blah, blah, blah. I mean the real guys with published papers and stuff.
Yes. It is very interesting. It definitely, in a certain sense of the word or the topic, electric universe, definitely has some credence to it, except for the fact that they go too far with it. Establishing that electromagnetic forces are a thing is reality, but acting as if they're the only thing is
now is that just the state of the argument? Like if we were truly accepting of each other, LGBTQ wouldn't be a topic, and then someday it won't be a topic. Are they exaggerating because of the position that they're in order to make a fight to establish some kind of? Are they overdoing it for that reason? I can justify that.
Electric universe is very much so. A lot of things are based on observations. Electric universe is based off of observations that don't agree with them, but they can do in a lab. Whether it's plasma, whether it's redshift, the whole nine, gravity, you name it, everything that they have their base things off of is based off what they can do in a lab, but it's not observed.
Sure. Well, okay. Well, it's going to start a whole. You said you had to go. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No worries. I see you stream sometimes. I'll come on and we'll.
I just dropped this link and you can subscribe to him from in the chat.
Yeah, I do open panels, so it's whatever topic and. Goes from there, but yeah, I do got to take off. I'm actually late. Thank you guys. Later, Seth. Later,
Bye, Sean.
Be gone from my presence. Okay. No.
I feel like I'm outnumbered here.
Okay,
I feel like man led to slaughter.
There we
go. Like the two logics against the one. You know what? I'm glad it's just us three because we need to have a meeting, you two.
I can talk about Cynthia. I can talk about emotion and tell you why it's almost useless.
This is an example of what I need to talk to you two about. Can you put me down on bottom, please? Because
you like you're a sub. I got you.
I felt okay. You two up top. You're the two that I need to talk to. Now, I genuinely do like y'all. Like to my core, I do. Like if I heard something was going on with y'all, I would be concerned. But I don't like y'all on panels. I want to wring both of y'all's necks.
You know what
it's not even what y'all say. It's not
you just don't like people that disagree with you. And
it's not even the disagreeing. Y'all just don't even see my point, and you don't let it just be what it is.
Am I supposed to pretend that I see your point when I do not see your
point? It's just like it. But okay, we're just gonna go back to the faith because this is where the whole
no, I think it goes deeper than that, Cynthia.
No, because I tried to explain my faith to both of y'all. And among others, not just you two, among others. Hang on.
I don't know about knowledge.
You're not even letting me finish.
I don't care about your faith. You can believe anything however you like to believe it. You can describe it any way you wish. And I'm not going to directly disagree with any particular point because that is your belief. If you wish to hold it, you can.
Yes, I agree with
However, I don't have to participate in your delusions.
What if she makes a claim of objectivity? Do you argue then?
Why bother? She's still going to think she's objective when she gets done whining about the fact that I don't agree.
Wait, well, you're saying she's completely irrational.
No, I'm saying my philosophy is not to argue about philosophy.
I love pointing stuff like that. You can't avoid philosophy. Everyone has a position on philosophy. But Cynthia, I'm trying to understand what you're getting at, and I don't think I'm there yet.
Well, I didn't even finish because Sasquatch keeps cutting me off. And
yeah, and you just wasted an entire sentence repeating what I already recognized. Please continue.
I'm already lost train of thought.
You want me to get you back on track? I'll tell you some of the things you were saying.
Well, no, because I think it just proved like y'all are just jaw.
What? I'm trying to understand. Don't lump me in with this Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'm a Sasquatch. Calm down.
Sometimes it's hard for me to be myself. Sometimes it's definitely hard for me.
Your problem, not an us problem. You have a problem being yourself.
You can't even let me finish a sentence. That's a.
I'm trying to encourage that, but you're going on about finishing it instead of finishing it.
And Sasquatch keeps doing it.
Yes, and you keep playing into it. Stop playing into it.
I'm trying.
Cynthia, you're just being argumentative while I ask you what you mean. Stop arguing with yourself.
You don't see Sasquatch in here interrupting.
I don't care. Finish your thought.
Okay, so it's hard for me to be me, and when I try to convey my faith, well, I'm just gonna go to you then, Richard. You it doesn't logically make sense, and I get that because faith isn't a logical thing. It's a spiritual thing. Earlier when y'all were talking and y'all were talking about, well, the translation and this person knew that person, and well, this person didn't know this person, but they knew the same thing.
You're not explaining yourself. You're now telling us why we're stupid.
I'm giving you an example. You're the one that said it. I'm giving you an example. I'm sure you're familiar with what I'm talking about. You're able to recall it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When you somehow you try to make it logically. You specifically, Richard, try to make it logically because that is the way that your mind works, and that it's a beautiful mind. However, for me, it's not logically, and the one that I serve is greater than any person who's old or young or this age or from that era. He can make his will come to life, and he can use people to make it happen. This is where we're going to split. You're gonna I don't know how to, it's not put me in a corner, but it's like you're gonna back it up and you're gonna be like, give me a logical explanation or an example of what you're saying. And I'm telling you, it's not logical.
Okay. Did you hear me earlier when I said that a person could be benefit for believing the correct thing for all the wrong reasons?
Okay.
You know what I mean by that?
No, not at all.
I understand.
Let's say, for instance, I'm going to give you a for instance, although I hate for instances. I'd rather just speak philosophically, but I'm sorry. Okay, so let's say, for instance,
okay,
you believed in the situation where you could not, and you're in a hurry, you need to get somewhere, but you could not recall where your car keys were, for instance, right? And let's say prayer versus unconscious mind. You wouldn't know the difference between God interfering with your brain and your unconscious mind bringing something out of the unconscious into the conscious mind. You literally wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But you could say, oh, it was prayer that made me that informed me of where my car keys are, right? Or you could say my unconscious mind remembered and brought to my forefront where my car keys are. Okay, so even if angels didn't exist and there was no God, but you believed it was prayer, if that's what relaxes you into the position where your unconscious mind can bring forward an unconscious memory into the conscious, you still found your car keys.
Right.
So the point was to find the car keys, and you did.
You lost her. You lost her.
No, I understand what he's saying, but this is where I'm having. This is where I can't. I'm not skilled. I don't know how to.
Okay, let me try. Let me try another one.
No, I understand what you're saying. I do.
Okay.
I find
and
it
what's your
But
response?
but this is the part I'm trying to say. Like you're saying, you pray to God, but unconsciously you really just brought it fun. But because you feel safe praying to God, we're gonna just
No,
say
because there's a real world advantage. It actually helps.
But
like you really do need your car keys, and you really do need to go somewhere, and you really do need to buy groceries or whatever. That's not
it. Okay, perhaps I'm misunderstanding it, but you're making it appear, from what I'm understanding, is that you're praying to God because that's what makes it easier, but in reality, it's really this. Am I correct when I say that's kind of what you're getting at?
I said that's a possibility. It's not what I think is necessarily true in all cases. I don't think that's necessarily true in your case because I don't know any of your anecdotal stories.
Right. Okay. But it's also a possibility, though, that there is a higher force that guided my steps, my thoughts, my movements to where I needed to go to find what I was looking for.
And you're right. I tend toward hyper rationality. You're absolutely correct. So the first time it happened to me, what I thought the only rational thing to do is to prove it wrong. And I've been trying to prove it wrong for more than around 11 years now.
But why would you want to prove it wrong?
To show that it's correct. Because if you just assume something is correct and you don't try to prove it wrong, that's called confirmation bias. It's bad thinking and it's laziness.
It is laziness. That's what confirmation bias is.
Okay, hang on. I need to process this. So if something, okay, so you're
hold on one second. Confirmation bias in this situation comes down to your unwillingness to consider things outside of what you have already considered.
Right.
Okay, see, this is where the road splits. Y'all, you two people often think this happened to you one time and you automatically believed, whereas it happened to us and we didn't believe. Am I correct in y'all thinking that about this situation?
You should do that one at a time because I am not Sasquatch.
That's not going to work. When you group folks together, it makes it more difficult to be specific.
Okay. So, here's the situation. Like, y'all think I just believe just to believe and didn't try anything else?
Okay, so she can't do it. Sasquatch, you go first.
Yeah, you do.
So, you believe because you believe. Your faith is faith in faith. You believe because you believe. It's a circular logic thing. And therefore, it can't be quantified from outside of that circle.
Correct.
So there's really no way to bring information into or out of that closed loop. You won't accept it because you believe. How's that?
Yeah, that's correct. I believe. Yes.
Okay. And from my point of view, I'm not invalidating that someone has beliefs or that they had experiences that led them to those beliefs. I think they did, and I think they do, and that's fine. Now, that's not good enough for me personally. I think it's a stronger position to have knowledge over faith. I think faith is a weak position I would never accept. And I think when a person has faith, they have accepted, for lack of options, a weaker position.
This is where I completely disagree with you, because the faith wasn't strong. The faith was built, which is why the loophole, I like the way you said the big circle. It's why that closed, because the faith was built. And that's where I feel I don't get it right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand that part.
You're religious, but not evangelical. Most evangelicals see themselves as a font from which information flows.
They do.
A what?
A fountain.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
A fountain of knowledge.
From which forth flows the truth. But that's absurd. That is a silliness. That is one man saying they know something another man doesn't know. There's no way anyone knows anything. Your belief is founded on belief and not on foundations. You have faith in your faith.
How can I prove it's a foundation, though? But how can I convey that it's a foundation when it's experience? Like, it's the experiences, and it's, I'll say it again, the faith that was built, that strengthened it. But I can't, but it's not even the actions. It's that certain je ne sais quoi that strengthened the faith. How can I convey that? I don't even need to tell a story. Wow.
Well, in emotional anecdotal stories, things you've experienced.
But I do, and y'all just shut those down like it's
because
garbage.
They're emotional anecdotal stories. They have no.
Okay, so
this is where we go to logic versus emotion. Can you even communicate?
Look, Cynthia, perhaps I could put it this way, and a little out of the emotional range. Let's just talk about other people that aren't us, and talk about reality as those people experience it, which stories we're all aware of. In near-death experiences, a Hindi person goes to heaven, and they see Brahma, they see Shiva, etc., etc. A Native American has a near-death experience, has a vision of heaven, and they say they see the Kachinas. Is that two different heavens, or is it just the society they were brought up in?
I can't answer that question.
It's an opinion question. Yes, you can answer it.
This is an example. I can't even begin to process that thought.
Just tell me what you think is more likely. That one of them has the wrong heaven, that there's two or more heavens, one per religion, or that it's just the society causing them to have that experience.
I guess I would choose it's just the society causing them to have the experience if I had to choose.
So if you
me too.
Experience and you saw a long hallway and a bright light and heard the chorus of angels, would that be your faith in that? Or
you better put Jesus in that picture.
Okay, yeah, you smell Jesus. You get to find out what Jesus smells like.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever. Okay. I'm just saying, is that a societal construct that you're experiencing because of your emotional anecdotal experience, or is that reality?
I don't even understand the question of if I was looking down a long hallway and saw light.
These are the Christian, Judeo-Christian tropes of the near-death experience. Whereas
I don't understand how you haven't realized after knowing me all this time that I'm not your average Christian.
Oh, I'm aware that you're not an average.
So I don't even think like that. So when you say like, that's not really how I thought. Now I have met somebody who has died.
I'm asking you
claims that they went to heaven. What'd you say?
I said, I'm not asking you how you think. I am merely asking you to think and respond. That is it. That is all. I don't want your religious construction of it. I don't want your third or fourth thoughts. I want your thoughts. What do you believe?
About
I don't care what you believe.
Down the hallway, if I look down the hallway and see a light, do I think it's Jesus? Is that what you're asking?
Near-death experience, and you
Okay.
experience the classic Western near-death tropes, right? You believe it. It convinces you. You smell Jesus's feet, and you know it to be true. Is that a societal construction that you have been trained to experience through society, or is that your belief? It happens to agree with your belief. Does it matter?
I think it would be your belief.
Right. So those people believe that, and these people believe this, and you believe yet another thing. Who's right?
None of us. Well, we each all right.
You're wrong as well.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But, and then when it comes to the matter of faith, we're going to have to ask two questions. A, can there be two rights? Is there one right only? Some are going to say there's only one way. Others are going to say no, there's multiple ways that all get to the same place. Right?
It's the sameness that we're questioning, though. You want to argue what it comes down to is this. You don't like the fact that we say what we mean. When you want to argue semantics, metaphor, and interpretation, we can say the same things without necessarily agreeing philosophically. Like if you step off of a cliff, you will fall and hit the ground. I don't have to have big faith for that to be true.
Correct.
However, if I'm going to confess my sins to a priest, I must first believe that those are sins and believe that I need to be absolved from them.
And believe that that's a priest.
And
well, I wouldn't even, that's where we differ. I wouldn't even walk to a priest to tell him anything. I wouldn't tell another man my confessions of my sins.
That's an example. He's not asking that you agree or disagree with that.
But the issue is when he paints the picture of faith and religion, he paints it that way, and that's nothing that I'm like, but he keeps painting that image.
Forgive me, sister, you're missing the point.
Yeah, she's just dodging the point, is what that is.
Well, I don't think she's doing it on purpose. Let's not say dishonesty. Let's not say that. Just say the point. Sasquatch, if you would just reiterate the point from using emotional words instead of rational words.
See?
Hey, look, there's value in emotion, guys. It's important to our society. It's important to our survival. Okay, but you need to be able to speak it in emotional language rather than rational language. When you're speaking to someone who look, she has said her objection was, you guys are too rational. What does that mean? She says, no, I value the emotional over the rational. Speak to her in emotion.
And can spiritual be logical? It's emotional to you. Y'all view it as logical because you just said the first time it happened to me, I tried to disprove it.
Right.
The first time it happened to me, I was like, okay, did that just happen? And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger.
So you admit that you found your entire religious belief on emotion?
Yeah.
Wait. And experience. Hold on. With experience.
Emotional experiences, yes. This is a breakthrough. We've made a breakthrough here. We really have. That's interesting. So you don't believe anything religious should abide by rational schemes?
Anything religious should abide by rational schemes? What does that mean, rational schemes?
Laws of nature, physics, basic mathematics, the general principle of observational universe?
I feel like this is a trick question and I don't know how to answer it because I don't understand. Like, why do I think that the religion abides by what?
Let me just say it this way. When people, and I'm trying to steelman your position, that is, say it strongly and not falsely represent you. When people try to logic out a religious experience, they're really missing the point. Would you agree with that statement?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by the chat.
Okay, well, stop doing that because I'm devoting all my attention to you. So let's try to stay on equal. Let's try to stay on the same track, railroad track together here. Okay. Would you agree with the statement if I said, look, when people try to rationalize a religious experience, they're missing the point, because it's the emotional thing and how that affects you and how you interact with others and how you gain in love and understanding and empathy. Those are the things that matter. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. That's why men need you. All right?
What?
That's why men need women. That's why. Because a manly man, a rational man, doesn't get that statement. It doesn't make sense to them. And we need women to counterbalance us and show us the other side of it. And of course, for you guys, that takes a huge amount of patience. I really feel sorry for you.
Amen, sister.
Well, you can't calm down. Like, Sasquatch is over there just laughing, like just laughing. You can't even just calm
Because
down.
it's hilarious. This entire concept to me is very eye-opening for one thing, but also extremely funny to me, because the idea of establishing belief based on the fact that I believe something is so alien to me. If I believe something, I am constantly looking for something that disproves that belief, because I don't want to believe something that is false. It may cause problems in the future.
But that I don't believe so easily.
Apparently, you do.
Just
You are
no,
able to be
no. That's
convinced by your
where
own
we
belief.
keep going
Hold on.
wrong. That's what I can't convey to y'all.
This is what
Y'all
I'm
think I
saying.
just heard it and believed it.
No. You
No.
establish your belief based off of your belief. So the more you feel you believe, the more you believe in the feeling of belief. It's a self-feeding loop.
Now you excluded experience in that. She didn't start whole cloth.
But it's emotional experience.
Yes, they were emotionally driven experiences. That's right. That doesn't make them wrong, though.
So this is essentially building your house upon the foundation of your house. And without building the foundation first, I don't know what you're establishing your faith and belief on.
That's a terrible example.
I know, but it's an example.
Because I'm building my foundation
Hold
on
on, I gotta bitch out Richard for a second. Just the third time you've popped a shot at me. If you want your 5 minutes at it,
I can prove it.
I don't care what you can prove. I'm trying to have this conversation and get out of my head. All right, I'm sorry, Cynthia. Go ahead.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not, but go ahead.
I know. So why did you even say it?
Because you expected it and you're an emotional creature.
No,
and I was hoping it would manipulate you into being nice.
I fucking hate y'all both. No, not Richard, just Sasquatch.
Yeah, no, I know. I get in that one irritating spot in your brain that just won't quit, don't I? But
then I low-key be like, oh my gosh, I hope Slash sees this. And I'm not gonna deflect. Anywho. Anyways, Richard. Too bad people don't see it your way, Richard. A lot of people don't.
A lot of people do.
Now let's not get me twisted. I still think that emotional rationalization of something, justifying something for emotional reasons, is bad thinking. But it is very valuable to individuals and society. We need it. Okay.
Emotion and instincts, are they the same?
They can be. They overlap, I'm sure.
Yeah, screw you two. Joe Cool liked it. Y'all bite me.
No, the loop part is correct. Only the example was bad.
Stop it, Richard.
For instance, and when you break down logic far enough, it's fundamentally flawed in 3 ways, and one of them is circularity. And yes, it always comes down to circularity. So you can always be right when you make that claim, and it's a claim, but it's right, but it's for the reason that it's.
In her case, it's especially apropos because of how she describes her own faith.
Right.
So
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That is circular reasoning in its purest form, and it's a hymn.
Anybody want to come white knight for Cynthia? I think she might
No,
need some.
don't even white knight for Cynthia. Like, it's
You
whatever.
can. I'll let you.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying, Cynthia. All I'm asking is that as I recognize the societal and personal value of your emotional beliefs based in your actual experiences, I'm not denying your emotion or your experience, that there is some percentage of people who, instead of needing anecdotal stories like this fixed my life in this way and I'm now a better person, which is a beautiful story, don't get me wrong, but there is some percentage of public people that need things rationalized. And the rationalization is the following. If I have an experience and I want to know whether it was true in reality or not, or just my perception of that experience, I have to try to falsify it. Does that make sense?
No, because I don't understand why you have to try to falsify it.
Who was the
because human brains are flawed. I have a human brain.
She likes reading. She likes reading. I think I have an idea here. Who hold on one second. Who was the guy who was the eternal skeptic? The Greek philosopher.
The Hammer.
What?
They call him the Hammer because he had to completely destroy all of his, and he got down to just, I think, therefore I am.
That's not Aristotle though, is it? That's
no.
Socrates. Was it?
Keep going. You're going to get it. I just know it.
One of them boys. One of them boys, right? One of those guys. He disassembled every single. Diogenes. Was it Diogenes?
Keep going. You're going to get it. Your brain's going to do it. I have faith in your brain.
Yeah.
Before we lose it, though, Richard, going back to when you were saying emotions,
just shut him down. Boom.
Just when going, because like he's just sidetracking. So when going back to when you were talking about emotions and experience,
this dude stated that anything that you can disassemble through base logic would be immaterial to a religious framework. But it wasn't religion he was talking about at the time. It was philosophy. The people were trying to figure out a philosophy of the world, because science wasn't quite there yet, right? So the philosophies were utilized to explain the world in its most base framework. And I almost said his freaking name. This dude basically stated, I think one day when they asked what is the human condition, what is a human? Somebody stated that it was a bipedal creature, a warm-blooded bipedal creature that thinks. And he comes in with a plucked chicken and throws it in the room and says, "There's your human." He was a savage. He was an absolute savage. But he was also largely incapable of being proved wrong. But he's the eternal. Was it Descartes? No. It was.
You did not pronounce that Descartes. You did not. I know you didn't.
I'm from the South. I've only ever seen that word.
It had a Descartes, that Socrates. Yep.
Socrates. Yeah, we got to get on some of that Diogenes.
I'm so.
I can't even say it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, right. It's a bad joke. I know it is, but it's a good one too.
Diogenes.
Dude, go read some Diogenes. You'd feel better. Everyone should. This man lived in a freaking empty amphora in the street with a bunch of dogs, right?
Cynthia, did any of that speak to you?
No, not at all. And I was trying to swing back around to you, Richard, but Sasquatch did what Sasquatch does. Hence, I'm unable to finish the train of thought.
There's something very attractive to a lot of women about a man who can't understand a woman, but is very much a man. And he has his place in society, I've no doubt.
What? Well, I thought we were having a conversation.
Men like Sasquatch. They have their place in society. They are useful. But I want to hear what you're trying to tell me.
Men like Sasquatch, women want to be Sasquatch.
I don't even know where to go right now with that. I could go so many places, or do I go back to Richard, or do I just
Okay, let me ask you a question,
like a whole
Cynthia.
different conversation? There's just like my brain is going so many places
Earn me
right
a
now.
piece of it, please.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Cynthia, like
Welcome to Izzy.
Okay.
Hello,
look,
hello.
peace and respect, Izzy. So Cynthia, like David Wood is an actual psychopath. Okay?
Sure.
I'm not insulting the man. He's clinically diagnosed. When he was in his late teen years, his dad got in his way, so he took a hammer and smashed his dad's head in. His dad survived. He went to prison for a long time. While in prison, he found Christianity. Christianity, even if it's completely false, makes David Woods not take hammers and smash in people's heads. This is good. Okay, so what I'm saying is a person could believe a good thing that benefits them and society for all the wrong reasons. It's still effectually good.
I
So I don't care. I don't care if you can rationalize your position. If it makes you happier and it makes other people love you better and it makes you more able to love other people, I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I don't agree. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think it's something different than that from what I'm experiencing. But you said earlier, emotions and experiences aren't able to convey that. So hopefully, my walk will.
No, I never said that. You just made that up whole cloth.
That's what she heard.
I'm telling you, were saying that David Wood believed in Christianity that stopped him from picking up a hammer. He believed in something good for the wrong reasons, but it had a good effect, correct?
I said possibly wrong, yeah.
Possibly wrong. And I don't know how to convey my faith. I don't know how to explain it anymore.
I love to watch
it's a little bit deeper than that, but it's like no, it's like it's not like believing because it's different. It's faith.
You're believing because you
You
believe.
keep saying
You've accepted that premise as being a fact. That is an acceptable premise. I don't have a problem with it, and I can accept that. That makes things make a lot of sense when we're talking about religion, that you're not going to be beseeching to physics or logic or any of that stuff. You will be beseeching directly to an emotional experience that you had. That is valid. I'm not debating the validity of it. I'm simply saying that people who want to find consolation, if you will, in logic are not going to find it with you.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Breakthrough.
I mean, and I've even said that a couple of weeks. No. I even came on Flow States the other day and said I'm not even going to do it anymore because of the last conversation I had with Richard.
Izzy, you two. I'll have y'all back up in just a second. Now, I'm Caucasian Sasquatch, and Flow State cured our religiosity in the Fuzzy Wuzzies. What did Flow State cure for you?
Remember, and I said I'm not going to come up here and talk religion anymore, and you're like, and I was like, no, I'm not, and it's because I can't convey it correctly. I do more. I've already said all of this. I do more damage.
Izzy, hi, Izzy has a channel.
Hello, everybody.
You want to tell everybody about your channel, or about you, or maybe do a little dance?
Sure. You know, I was born, raised in a third world country. I worked for the U.S. military, you know, and I was shot in the process. My sister was kidnapped by Al-Qaeda. So I just started a channel kind of like to share those stories and what it's like growing up in a third world country. Would love for you all to sub to my channel. Again, I'm fairly new. But can I just say something to Cynthia?
Sure.
So I understand your experience, and it really is hard trying to convince someone because it is your experience. Does that make sense?
When you say convince them,
Yeah.
do you think that I'm trying to convince them to believe me, or to convince them that what I'm experiencing is real? Can you clarify that?
Yeah, what you're experiencing is real. That's this is how I'm taking it, and please correct me.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, it's yes.
Sasquatch, can you drop my link? I don't know how to do that. Someone is asking. So anyway, okay, so that's what you're trying to tell them. Okay.
Yeah. I would never try to convince anybody to believe like I believe, or to believe differently than they believe, because that's how I treat one's own spiritual journey. It's personal. I can never walk in another person's walk. I just want to convince y'all what I believe, and let it stand where it stands.
Okay.
That doesn't seem to hold fast, however. Anytime someone asks for I don't know, you're talking about, say, pretty much it comes down to your experiences. You validate through your experiences, whether they be emotional or otherwise. And so almost all of your evidences for any particular thing comes from your anecdotal experience of the evidence that you witnessed. And that doesn't play well with logically minded people. It's something we're going to stand. It's just a stumbling block you're going to come across when trying to have a conversation.
I just figured that out. I'm just figuring that out.
Basically, it comes down to this: no one else really validates personal experience. Your personal experience isn't validated in my life, and my personal experience is not validated in your life. So that's why we don't go to personal experience when we discuss things in the physical realm.
When you how can you share your experience without
baby.
How can you share it without sharing it?
Hi, Joe. Cool.
Joe.
Yes.
I knew these white women to get you up here.
I'm not white. And for Joe let me know why he was down here too.
So to me, honestly, I believe in God, and I believe that relationship is between me and God. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm not here trying to convert anybody. And by talking about it nonstop, it will drive people away. It will, create a wedge. So the easiest way to do it is by action. So if people see that you are kind, you are agreeable, you are blah, 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 that's when people, why is she like that? Right. And that's when people start believing.
Izzy, I hopped up here to jump on you and Cynthia, but that was so well said. You left me no fucking room. Cynthia, I wondered, I was going to give you pushback when you were saying it's not your job to get your message across and convince people. I believe the opposite. I thought Izzy was going through down that road, but she's smarter. She said, there is a way to get people, still get them there, and it's through your actions and watching them do what you do and all of that bullshit. That's part of the convincing under God. That's what you're here for. You're wasting your time if you're not to spread God's light and all of that shit. You're wasting your time and others.
That is an evangelical concept, Joe. It's not necessarily God. You find the same type of activity in activists. You'll find it in lobbyists. You'll find it in.
Why do you think it's not God then? If you're naming,
it's not necessarily God. It's an evangelical frame of mind. It's that your belief is stronger than the world around you. It is your job to set the world around you right. I have an issue with evangelicals of all kinds.
So that's a beautiful, and I totally agree with you, Izzy. In IRL, in real life, that 100% works. Like that, there is not one person in my real life that questions what's your faith, that doubts my faith. There's not in my real life. That's not a problem. This ain't never an issue. On the metaverse,
my girl, you're the
on the
metaverse girl,
metaverse,
Cynthia.
hang on, I'm not finished, Joe. On the metaverse, though, those same rules aren't the same. You can come on here and you can treat people nice, you can treat people with respect, and you can do human things. Hey, I'm not I'm not going to expose this. I'm not going to expose that. Hey, I'm not going to tell what you told me. You know what I mean? And that will be overlooked. You will come up here. I'm not finished, Sasquatch. And I know you're going to show me the same respect you show everybody else on this panel. You can come up here and you can have all of that, but you can get in these moments right here. And all of that doesn't mean anything anymore. Which is why I said it's time to step back and not even have these conversations.
How does that differ from real life, Cynthia?
But Richard and Sasquatch were up here, and I was wanting to have it, and it turned into more. But I don't want to have these conversations on panels anymore.
Okay, I don't. How does what's happening here differ from real life? How is it in on the streets and in your real life you are not doubted, but up here it's somehow you're doubted? How do you get around on the streets and no one doubts you, but only on panels are you doubted? Or maybe I'm misinterpreting something.
There's a lot of word games. There's a lot of manipulation tactics being done.
You don't see that in real life?
So you're suddenly arguing semantics, like semantics shouldn't be a part of the discussion, or that you don't agree with semantics in general.
What are we talking about? The discussion of religion? Like, I'm talking about in general. Like, people will lure you into these conversations for a trap. Absolutely. It's very rare that people come on this because they're truly lost and looking for spiritual guidance. They don't usually come to the panels looking for it.
Why would you come to YouTube for spiritual guidance? That is the most absurd statement I've heard.
Exactly. So that's how come it's different. In real life, when I'm having conversations with people, they're even having bad experiences. They're in a bad situation. We just happened to cross at the time that they needed that. So that's how come it's different.
Oh. I see the problem. You're not being genuine when you're on the panel verse. You're being genuine in real life. That's why you're running into
that's not it at all. No, I am being genuine on the panel verse.
Sorry, Cynthia. I did that for Joe. I knew he'd like that.
I'm being so genuine, and y'all just shit. Y'all take a big ass donkey doo-doo on my head that y'all are making me meaner. Y'all don't even know it.
Well, I'm getting meaner and meaner. Wait a second. They cannot make you.
No, I'm retaliating. I'm responding. I'm retaliating. I'm playing
she doesn't have free will.
Start playing the game. I'm going to play the game now. I've decided to play the game.
No, the only person in charge of your emotion is you. So don't let them get under your skin.
In IRL, Izzy, girl, you and I were holding our fist up high. But on the panel verse, I'm getting in the game now. I'm playing the game with them.
Well, are you good at it? Because if you're going to play the game that we're talking about, the first thing you got to do is stop showing your emotion and showing people that they can control your actions.
I'm switching up. I'm switching it different. Y'all gonna see. I'm switching up the game.
If Joe comes in,
I'm playing a different game now.
He came in straight from the chart, tried to help you, and your first response is to go, no. There was no the explanation was
I was trying to cook with Izzy and he flies in here to take it, and that's how come I was like no, and because that's the shit that be getting on my nerves. Y'all just don't
wait.
Don't let it get on your nerves. That's when they
does.
The interruption got on your nerve. You can't let little shit. You can't let those things get on your nerves. You got to hear the message, even if it's coming from an idiot with bad form. And I hate to say that because I hate bad form, but the message is you got someone who's going to back you up on that God shit. And I'm a zealot. You know, I'm going to die a fan of God and Jesus. I'm not a fan of that religious bullshit, but I'm a fan of theirs. And yes, man, I got your back, man. We need to put the word out in all ways possible. In many ways, man.
But that's where I say, like, my walk. Like, you just got to see me walking and be like, dang, why are you do it this way? And then when those moments come up, then use that moment to glorify the one that I serve.
But you said it just earlier, Cynthia. I think when people see you losing your emotions and whatnot, that's a wedge, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard you'll probably recognize this one. Look what you made me do. The Abuser's Anthem.
Oh yeah.
That's basically what you just did, Cynthia. You're basically saying that we are forcing you to have a negative emotional reaction that forces you to take action to create more negativity.
So
do that.
They
I
don't have
feel like I'm dropped off in a different arena than I play in my real life. And I feel like when I got dropped off in the arena, I was like, oh, well, I'll just do what I do in real life and it'll be okay. And it's not the case. So I had to sit back and think, okay, now I'm going to switch up the characters and I'm still going to be me, but you're going to see different sides, different parts.
In what way? Can you be
play the game
specific?
differently.
Can you be specific, Cynthia? Switch it
I
up.
wouldn't.
How? What do you expect to change?
Well, I won't talk religion.
He's so fast, nigga. The devil wins, Cynthia. You know he wants Cynthia to stop talking about religion. He would love that. And somehow some troll got it in here and accomplished it for him. Good. Whoever did that, very good, very good.
That was probably me. I'm
Send
sorry.
one better than me. Send
That's
one
not
better
the
than
easy,
me.
not the easy.
Send one better than me to get it done because I failed.
Don't worry, I'm here. I don't give up. It's not a thing.
You remember how you said you were using the panel verse to sharpen your claws? You have to sharpen your claws on something that is harder, or they do not get sharp.
I agree, and I think I have. I think I have in other areas. I think I know I didn't come on to the panels to get sharpened in my faith.
That was kind of dope.
Ooh, that was good. I like that. That was.
It's still incorrect though. It's still incorrect, but it was good. It was good though.
You know, I just had this conversation with my kids yesterday because the one child said she made me cry. And I said to the other child, that is impossible. She does not have that kind of power to make you cry. You cried.
Very good, Izzy.
But people can push your buttons and they're going to keep pushing it to do it. They don't let up.
Sometimes the most difficult thing to do in a situation is nothing. And it's the best thing you can do most of the time.
Yep.
On these the two things that'll help you out on these panels, most people are looking, this is a show, this is a stage to most people. Me and you forget that, Cynthia. We think we just up here chatting with friends.
Yeah,
but no,
just chilling on the block. And next thing I know, next thing I know, I'm straight content. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And the other thing is that, oh shit, I forgot the other thing. I'm
gonna do a series called Joe Cool in the YouTube Bible. I'm gonna go and find all those little gems you drop when you state blatant YouTube facts, you know, because like you said, we're not sitting around in front of our fireplace exchanging gin and tonics. This isn't a public house. We are not sitting in front of each other. And for that reason, people go a little deeper and a little harder into the paint in some areas than is maybe socially acceptable.
Exactly.
The other thing that was obvious, Cynthia, which I just now remembered, is that there's another group of people that they don't even know why they do it, some of them, but they just want a reaction. The whole idea is to get an emotional reaction. Now, personally, I think it's control shit. You know, some people just have a desire to control people. But people hop up here all the time and they leave comments in there to see what you bite on. When you become an expert on not letting anyone else dictate your actions, now you're just getting started in the YouTube world. Now you can start making a difference and doing what you want to do. But meanwhile, if someone's in chat able to get you to do shit, you can accomplish nothing. And they feel like I was a star from chat. You know, because I said Cynthia's a lousy loser and she spent 30 minutes defending it. They're like, oh, look dick hard in chat.
So in real life, this is how I say panel versus different, and you have to do adjustments. In real life, if somebody was being disrespectful to me or anything, I would go and have a conversation with them. We would have a one-on-one. We would see each other. You can't do that on panels. So it's easier in real life. Like when you get mad, just I'm angry. I'm about to come fucking see you, bitch. I'm on my way.
Hold on.
You can't do that.
What are you going to do when you go see those people? Why would
we're gonna hash it out? And I'm not saying physically.
I would, and if they're being disrespectful, I'm not.
I'll just not engage completely.
That is the best. That is the ultimate. Is you vote with your attention, whether it be verbal, blah blah blah, smiles, laughs, all of that shit. That's best.
Which is why I'm not what I did with Nachikita earlier, that is one of the very first
Oh
times
yeah.
I ever highlighted something that took place, because it kind of actually hurt my feelings a little bit, because I've always been kind of cool with Natch, and we agree that we don't agree on some things, but other things we do agree on, like that whole not believing our lying eyes thing.
But you're
Right?
gonna give Notch a little break, right? We explained to
am.
you that he's emotionally going through some shit right now, whether
Can
he
you
admits
flow?
it or not. He's been getting attacked a
No,
lot.
I
Yeah,
love
okay.
Natch. I love
All
Natch. I
right.
do.
Yeah.
And this is not something I normally do. But when I came up and the flat earth thing came up, and that it just fit the show too well. He understands, he will or he won't, or he'll get mad or something.
Look.
Hopefully he's okay with it. I don't rightly care. But I
So
like him. He's a good guy.
So we're going back. That would be an example, so that's just
Of the
a learning
change.
curve. It's a learning curve. You have to learn it's a huge difference. The panel verse. And so when I say I wanted to sharpen, I mean I definitely learned that the panels are different for shit show.
There's I heard this in a movie somewhere, but if what you wanted was to sharpen your skills, of however you want to phrase that, religious skills or whatever, do you think that God's going to give you something easy, or he's going to give you difficult shit where you get a chance to sharpen them? This
Amen.
is the difficult shit. This is the opportunity that you were looking for to sharpen your shit, but you apparently rather go back to what's comfortable.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Well, hang on. It's not. I'm still sharp. I'm still in Bible class. I'm still having debates in real life all the time. I'm just not sharing them with everybody anymore. Everybody doesn't need to be privy to that side of me anymore. Okay, Easy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That is
No,
true.
you're good, but we are in the YouTube world. We're not in the real life right now. No, I
Right.
was just gonna say there are oftentimes I'm not saying you, but people with Christianity and religion. I hate religion and religious people. I wouldn't say I hate, I dislike them. They act like that they are better than people, or you know what I mean? They're like they have you're not good enough because I am a religious person, or I am a Christian. You know what I mean?
The
And
term is holier than thou.
it's bingo, and it's such a turn off. I mean, if I were searching,
I agree.
I would run the other way. I would be like,
I absolutely agree.
You know what I mean?
I feel like for every time I see one of those people, I think you just set my mission back 100 years. Like you just set my thanks, bitch. We're on the same team, but
Can
thanks.
you define your mission?
I've
think
actually been thinking about it.
That would help if you could sit down and write out your mission in a single.
What's your purpose?
Sentences. Well, that's kind of what I was asking.
I actually have an answer for that.
Yeah, no, I imagine you do because you sat down and wrote it out.
I forgot you were here, Richard. I'm interested.
I didn't. Don't do that. He'll catch you slipping, Joe.
It's something like this. All of these future things are future. We can't prove the future. However, if a person says to me or anyone else something that's true of the future, when that thing actually happens, it actually occurs, they're better prepared because they've had time to think about it. What I want to do is propose an idea that is plausible so that it's somewhere in the back of people's minds, so that if it should happen to them, they are better adjusted.
Well, what was the original fucking question I had, and I lost it reading them little things up here. I'm that fucking squirrelish.
Smoke another one, Joe. You'll remember.
Yeah, what's the
it's your purpose, and you phrased it, Richard, to just lay the thing out there, so put their mind on it. I dig it.
Yeah, like when I was 11, I was sure my mom was wrong that I was ever going to want to kiss a girl, but I listened to her anyway because she'd earned my respect. Yeah, and somehow I was better prepared when the time came. That is
exactly why I don't have a cult.
Here's the thing, though. And how do you know you did not serve your purpose already?
Oh, because there's more humans to talk to. In fact, I won't get finished.
More humans to talk to about what?
Evangelical
about this plausible future.
But is it about talking?
I don't understand. I guess I don't understand that.
We dropped this transmission. Hey, I'm sorry. I got to help my buddy again, man. I'll be back. Give me a minute.
Because you don't love me, Joe.
My mission.
Use more words. Use more words, Izzy. I want to understand. I just don't yet. You will get it done though.
No, I mean, like, is it only? Are we only here just to talk to people about it, right? Isn't there more to it?
Like what? To prove the plausibility of a thing? Yeah, I can do that too.
Mm-hmm. Like actions, right?
Yeah, the reason I want to be respectful to everyone is because what I believe you will become.
So here's an example. There is peace about you, Rich. There is some sort of peace about you, right? And to me, I would want to know more because you have some sort of peace. Does that make sense?
That's the walk. That's the
Yeah,
walk she was talking about.
I
does
mean,
it very well.
Yes.
I mean, I am assured, and because that, I'm not defensive.
Bingo. That's just it. And some people get super defensive and they think it's their job to defend God. God is so big and almighty. He does not need your help.
That would be true. Yeah, they're inconsistent in their thoughts about God, saying that he is all powerful and they have to defend him. That makes no sense. Right on.
Bingo. Yeah, bingo. And that's, again, the turnoff for me.
Yeah, that's a turn. It should be a turnoff.
Right. Right. Because, I mean, who do we think we are, right? Defending God? We're nothing.
So tell me, how can I serve you?
How can you serve me?
I have some suggestions, but I mean, that's just a little creepy old man.
For me, like when you say serving God, you're so absolutely right. But for me, at some point, it became, I don't want to, obviously I'm going to serve you, but I want to make sure that I always give you credit, that nobody sees anything great I did and think I did it on my own. So like, I always wanted to make sure I always gave him credit and saw that I recognized.
Give credit to who?
To the Lord, to God.
Publicly or between you and God?
Well, like if somebody was like, oh, hey, that was amazing. You know, you did da-da-da-da. That was really great. And I was like, oh, I couldn't have done it without the help of the Lord. He guided me through it. So that would just be an example of it.
Can I ask
virtue signaling? That is literally virtue signaling, honey.
How is it virtue signaling?
All right, correct me.
Because I feel like if I allow people to give me compliments and they just start puffing my chest up, that becomes like a dangerous slope, because it's now, oh, I did this all by myself. Whereas if I'm always like, hey, I know that there's something greater guiding me, it keeps me humbled.
Yeah, I don't know. What can I ask you what your denomination is?
I'm Southern Baptist.
Okay.
By the way, Southern Baptists are historically some of the most evangelicals in the South. Right. And we are a culture of evangelicals.
What about you, Demolish?
As far as the denomination, is that the question?
Yes.
I believe in the Injil, that all the world was given the truth, and it's been twisted over time, and the Bible is part of that truth.
Okay. Yeah. Because I consider myself a non-denominational, to your point, the Injil.
Yeah.
I myself was raised as a Southern Baptist, and down in the swamps on a daily basis, you lay your faith before God and you get your rewards directly.
But I also I dislike religion and religious people. You know what I mean? I think that's what ruins the whole thing.
How do you
that's pretty sharp.
How do you learn?
Hold on, listen to this. What a good mindset to instill in a slave. Nothing good you do is because of you. All your sins, though, those are you.
That's flow state.
No, that's accurate though. He's
got a point.
Catholicism boiled down pretty tightly.
Where is Flow State?
He's taking.
I banished him to the land of Nod.
He's taking a nap and what? And texting?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what
that man is eating cereal right now.
Naked in his chair. Who knows?
I suspect he was the one that porn bombed us earlier.
You got porn
bombed?
You got bombed again.
Yeah. No, it didn't come up on screen because screw that shit.
Oh,
holy cow.
We're not doing that. I got all kinds of toys over.
That is disgusting.
I hate it, but you know, I mean, what are you going to do? There's people. It happened while she was talking about the terrible people that you come across online. I was like,
well, gee, is Joe coming back? I hope so.
Oh yeah. He said he was.
Because we're down to like just a little over an hour and about 10 minutes. What can we do in this last hour and 10 minutes?
Wait,
guys?
who bombed you guys?
I don't know. I don't care.
Oh,
they didn't make it on screen. They got booted immediately.
Oh, good. My gosh, people are so stupid.
It's just
it happens like that sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think this is a great conversation. I mean, again, this is how you learn and grow by talking about things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. The way I do it, I don't just like, oh, this is what God said. Sometimes, and I'm seeing this, I think you and someone else that been on panel, I don't remember names, and it's almost like fear-based. Oh, Wi-Fi, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Izzy, I think if anybody on this panel could really give testimony to evil in the world, I think that, you know, you would definitely be someone that could, among with the rest of us on here.
Right.
There's just been a lot of evilness that I've witnessed in my real life, darkness. You know, I truly believe in demons. And so when I talk about fear, I'm speaking of the fear of the spiritual world. I'm not speaking in the fear in the physical world. I'm speaking of that. Hey, and I don't mean fear like I'm scared, like that's unknown. And
yeah,
I really
not that. I think fear of God. I'm sorry. I should have been more.
Yeah, but that's what I'm seeing, the fear. And also, I want to also bring up, I once asked about the fear of God, and somebody conveyed it to me this way, like fear is like the water, right? Like you're not afraid of water. You'll go drink a glass of water. You'll take a shower in water. You'll even go swimming in a pool, right? But let's say you go onto a lake and you're in the water. Okay, it's a little bit, you know, it's a lot of water, but I'm on a boat and I can see the land. I'm not so fearful anymore, you know. But now you've gone out into the middle of nothingness.
Okay.
And everything, I'm not finished, and everything around you is water. You are now fearful, but why? It's just the water. You are now in a situation that you can't see anything. All you can see is this water. And so now, okay, I'm afraid of this a little bit.
How is that God?
That's the
closer you get to God, the more scared you should be. That's a terrible parable.
Right.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, but I'm fearful of, I see now all of this abundance around me that I don't have control of, and someone else does.
Are you?
No, ignore the analogy. It was a terrible analogy. Let's just answer the question.
But I like the way she's going with it because it's poetic, if nothing else.
Are you aware that in the Bible, God mentioned fear not 365 times?
Yeah.
That's for every single day of the year. Fear not.
Again, I don't think we're looking at fear the correct way. I'm not
right. Let's talk about what it actually means and how language changes over time. Okay, we no longer speak in late Middle English. The King James, the most popular version, was written in late Middle English. When back then they used the word fear, we would use the word respect.
Yep.
Like I could say, oh, I'm taking care of my quadriplegic grandpa, I fear I wouldn't clean him well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Okay.
That is accurate. I like that.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Can I also, and this is my human brain, because I could never understand God, right? Because we're not good enough.
Right.
Do you want your children to be afraid of you or respectful to you?
Both.
You want
What's
them
that?
to respect you out of fear?
I
I don't want-
definitely want them to respect me, but I also want them to be like, okay, I don't want to do this because I don't want mom to find out.
But I don't want my kids to be afraid of me. I want them to respect me, and therefore they would not do the things that they are not supposed to do out of respect, not fear.
Yeah, like not mom would beat me. Mom would be disappointed.
Yeah, that's exactly how I don't want them to do that.
That look.
Like I even had a conversation with my son a couple months ago about there was a guy that had off somebody, and then he called his parents, and his parents went and helped him, and then his parents got charged. And so I was at his house, and I said, hey, we need to have a talk. Like, if you find yourself in that situation, don't call me. And so he was like, I would never do that. And he was like, I would never even call you because I would be afraid to call you. And that was an example of the fear.
Is he an adult?
Yeah, he's 27.
Oh, see, and I want my children to call me right away and then fix the situation. And then I'll tell them that I'm super disappointed. And that's how I view God, that God will help me, and then God will be disappointed.
Oh, wait a minute. Disappointment is a lack of understanding.
Tell me more.
Okay, when I'm disappointed in something, it's because what I expected to happen didn't. That's based in me not understanding what would happen, which means I have a bad mapping of the reality. You couldn't have a disappointed God.
No. But God will be disappointed.
Why?
God is disappointed.
Why?
Because there are a lot, back to Cynthia's point, there is a lot of evil, bad, just a lot of.
So there's two possibilities there. God doesn't know you, or God doesn't know Satan exists. Which one?
No, God knows both.
Okay, then he can't be disappointed.
I think we'll find out, I guess, at the end of the end.
Yeah, I'm just speaking philosophically, just thinking about it logically. I've never been disappointed, no matter how bad the situation got, if that's what I was expecting.
No, I'm talking about, again, why would God put that in our hearts? I'm talking about children. And that's the closest I can get, right? Why would God put that love and disappointment and whatever in our hearts? And if my children did something that I wouldn't approve of in the first place, I do want them to call me right away. I will go and help them. I will get them out of the situation. And I will tell them that I'm disappointed that they did that. Does that make sense?
I think we're using two different definitions of disappointed. My definition of disappointed would be to be surprised and have negative feelings about the surprise. What's yours?
If I had set expectations, right? That's what I mean. Let's say, I have teenage kids. Let's say my kids are not allowed to go to parties and drink, right?
Okay.
And that's, I expect that out of them. And if they did do that, I will be very disappointed.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that. That's a pretty big idea. Okay, like in my definition, you would have to expect them to never break that rule. Like you think you know them and you think they would never do that. Or as a mom, do you go, well, I set down this rule. They do respect me. However, sometime or another, they're going to go to this drinking party and I'm aware I'm not stupid.
Right. However, we're talking to children, right? Their brains are not developed fully.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, all the cognitive things, not till at 26 for females, 28 for males, something like that.
Yeah, you're right. So that's what again, that is my human understanding, right? Because I am
Right.
not God. I will never be God.
But wait a minute. Now you're defeating your own argument, saying that God wouldn't be like that.
Like what?
Like could be disappointed, be not expecting something, could be having set a standard, thinking that none of us
No,
will
God
fail, and then we
free
do
will, though.
fail.
God
What?
gave us that free will, right? We were not made robots.
That's what it always comes down to. Yes.
Right. So he gave us that free will. And I do I do believe that God will be disappointed with a lot of people.
Okay. Well, I would suggest that in order that God be disappointed, God misunderstood something. But it's declared in these spiritual stories that we are ignorant.
Oh, she's
And
back.
back.
She's there.
Okay.
Is my
That
internet good?
Yeah, your connection glitched for a second.
I'm so sorry.
never had problem hearing or seeing you though. It was just all of a sudden, and now you're completely back.
Yeah,
Okay,
you guys,
so
the whole that spinny thing happened with you guys.
right. Okay, so what I'm saying is, since the religious stories declare that we're ignorant of certain things, and that ignorance means you're going to misjudge things, it's simultaneously saying the author expects us to misjudge and make mistakes.
I'm so sorry. You're a robot and so bad I couldn't hear anything.
That's
Okay.
your honey.
I think it's my internet. Hold on one sec. Hold on.
Was I roboting to anyone else because my
No,
connection sometimes
No.
is crappy? No,
hers is clipping in and out.
Yeah.
She's backstage too. It's not just you.
Okay.
What is
I'm on a business line, and sometimes business gets hectic, and it takes up a lot of bandwidth, and I lose.
It do be like that sometimes.
Man, we're almost up to the 12 hours. We got another hour to go. Make sure to hit that like button if you're tuning in. You're watching the Sasquatch Takeover.
I hear you.
Fear is not necessarily weakness. Fear can be rational and healthy, and it's not always a negative thing. You fear the venomous serpent. You fear the poisonous scorpion. You fear the unknown spider. These are rational, verifiably beneficial fears.
Absolutely.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And see me?
Now, the better question is, are we good for you?
It's better.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm trying to convey, probably poorly, is that because I'm restricted in this. If the God says I am ignorant of things, and then I make mistakes based in partial information, which is very predictable, then that God, hopefully being smarter than me, would realize and understand that I am going to make mistakes. It's predictable, like watching a child learn to walk. The child's going to fall, and we all know it. It's not going to just start walking and stay up forever. It's going to stumble, it's going to fall. So in knowing that as an adult looking at a child, like a God looking at me, my failures would be predicted.
And Izzy, this is how they get you tripped up. This is why I'm saying
I'm so sorry. Some of it was cut off. What's that?
Yeah, I think she's lagging. I think you're lagging, Izzy. Maybe if you cam down, it would help your internet, you think?
Cam down.
Yeah, turn off your camera if you would, please. Just turn off the camera, and that'll decrease your usage of bandwidth.
This is insane. I can't believe this stupid internet.
I believe it. I've seen these problems 1,000 times.
Can you guys?
Man, when I get mad, my whole entire computers will start going wonky.
That's probably because you start pounding on keys too fast and too long.
Heck no, I'm on a work computer. I'm not going to mess this up. I already messed up one.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
I hear you, Izzy. And how are you perceiving us? Okay, she's not perceiving us in any kind of real time.
I'm going to throw this computer out of the window.
It's not the computer, it's the internet service. Don't throw away the computer.
You guys heard that? It was still spinning. Oh
I even went and plugged up the little ether cord just to make mine stronger. No, MC Nemesis wants the link, but I don't think so.
What link?
Up here, but
MC Nemesis has already been in the show once today, showing they couldn't have a conversation.
Yeah.
Shut up! You talk too much.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering who was gonna break it. I didn't think it was gonna be you, Sash.
Are you joking?
Really didn't.
Are you disappointed?
Level in charge of this.
I knew it wasn't going to be demolished.
Ruining everything with dead air. Go back to being pedantic.
Are you guys doing a challenge or something?
No.
What kind of challenge?
For going this long?
No.
Oh, okay.
Most days done 24-hour streams.
Yeah. This is just half a day stream.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you guys are like doing a challenge,
Oh, no.
At some point, we just committed.
Went live like 2 minutes before I went to bed last night, and when I woke up, he was still going and was starting to get kind of snarky with folks because he was getting grumpy. He needed him a nap.
What, Flo was getting grumpy? That's shocking.
Yeah, so at some point,
that's sarcasm.
Yeah.
At some point, we just want to see Flo win. So Sasquatch came up here and took over the show just to see the whole 12 go out. They were having good conversation.
I actually like that Sasquatch is leading this.
I'm sorry.
He's better for this channel, Flo.
Oh no. That's not gonna help.
Right over the bow.
Right, I will lose my freaking keys.
I'm just
not already gone.
So did you guys have any crazy visitors?
I don't know. Most people aren't as crazy as I am.
I don't think you're that crazy. You just have honestly, you have a bad rep, but I don't think that you are.
Ooh, I have rep? What kind of rep?
So let me be rude and selfish because I've been meaning to leave for an hour now.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for the conversation. Izzy, this is my channel email. Use it. I will listen to whatever you say, and I will try to respond with respect.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for letting me on the show. Thanks for letting me on the show, Flo. You guys hit that like. Let's pet the algorithm. Algorithms need love too.
Right. Y'all just rub up on them.
Agreed.
All right, good talk, Richard.
Thanks again, Cynthia. Eventually, Cynthia, you're going to figure out my intentions are pure.
Oh, bro, you be rough.
You remember about those sharpening claws thing?
Yeah, but this one's too fucking rough. Like, damn. Let me get past the levels before I hit up to level 88. Okay. You were like, shit, let me get past 4 or 5. Damn.
Okay. Well, are you saying that you're a local talent, but online?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm a big fish in a little pond. Okay. You're like, okay, so calm down, everybody. So wow, what can we do? Oh man, we had videos to watch or something.
I've got stuff I can do. I found something that I think is rather stupid.
What?
What?
All right, and so this whole culture war between the woke and unwoke, or awakened or not awakened, or whatever that whole thing is. it's got so many layers. It's hard to define exactly where it starts and where it stops. But there's a channel out here who has accumulated a whole bunch of different, like a Jordan Peterson, Charlie Kirk, different people just absolutely dunking on essentially college students who have gotten real their dander, right? And we can all agree that college students are pretty well just hot air.
Sure.
Are we right? Are we wrong? Do we agree?
Yeah.
Oh no, sir. Peter, you're gonna have to show me some skin, brother. And then you're gonna have to flash me the appropriate series of gang signs.
Oh.
I don't know a Peter Andrian Schiavelli.
Don't know that person. Never heard him either.
That's like a Russian prince or something. Like I can't remember.
It says I'm white and black. Okay. Nice. I'm Mexican. I mean, what are we doing here?
Tell you what I'll give you for the day. I'll give you a participation trophy. Thank you for playing.
Yeah.
That was good.
By the way, I just plugged in my new Discord group that I just started. I would love for you guys to join.
I love a chicken sandwich.
I like watching movies on Discord.
I would love for you guys to join. Love, love, love.
Level 88. I got that from Kill Bill for the crazy 88.
Right. I've kind of had an issue with Discord. I started my Discord early, and one of the people that I interviewed early on had a huge, like 100, 200,000 Discord following, and I didn't know it. And so when after I did the interview, I had like 2,000 people in there, all just banging away on keyboards, and I just lost all faith in the site. I couldn't do nothing with it. I didn't have the experience I have now, right? Like I just couldn't do it.
Mine
is had nothing but great experiences in Discord. I actually like Discord more than YouTube.
I was just overwhelmed. It was so sudden.
Cynthia would love for you. I would love to see you there. It's no drama, just like, low key. You can put it in the chat. You can put it in the chat.
Watching movies, watching shows, and being inspired.
Are you telling me what to do? Do you really think telling somebody on Flow States Paddles a good?
Yeah, scroll this thing
I'm
down.
sorry if you want to.
I'll do things. I don't need you to tell me to do them, but I do them.
I like Izzy. Yeah. Okay, we got a few minutes to kill, so let's just take up some time with this.
Tell me.
I like how you're just so promoting and positive, and you just want to see change. I remember when I was that way too. It's change.
I'm always this way though, even outside.
I know you are. I believe you. I really, really do. I look at you and I look at me now and I think, oh my God. It's kind of like when you look, and this is just in general, not towards specifically you or anybody specifically. Yeah. This is like when you I got my first apartment when I was 15 years old. I look at 15-year-olds now and I think, how the fuck did I have an apartment at 15? Like I was this little and dumb. That's insane. So I look at you and I think, man, I used to be so peace and harmony, but man, these panels
Izzy, I'm sorry, but I'm going to translate for us.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is naive.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Insult. This is not a good thing, Cynthia. This is an insult.
Yeah, I was that naive. And I was because I thought like you be this way in real life, it's gonna carry over into this panel verse, and it doesn't, Izzy.
It actually does. It works for me. Here's the thing. I don't view YouTube as real life. And
well, yeah, now I get it.
Yeah. Obviously, and I don't let anything bother me truly, like unless it when it comes to my kids. And I think part of it is because I've been through real crap.
Right
I mean, that stuff happened to me. I was shot in the stomach when I was 18 years old. You know what I mean? Like, it went through my stomach and went on my back. Like, how bad? How, you know what I mean? Like, and this is YouTube. What they're gonna do? Hurt my feelings? Really?
Right? All right. This is hold on, Cynthia. This is a conversation me and you have had before. You can decide to not be offended by idiots. That is your choice to whether you choose to be offended or not. You cannot choose what you find funny.
Okay. I'm with you, Sash, but it's never the idiots that offend me. It's the ones that I think are cool. But I'm gonna come back to you. Izzy, are you
your choice?
Don't let me lose this train of thought. Izzy, are you would you consider yourself emotional or an illogical person?
More of a logical.
Yeah. Okay. Again, this is the hugest difference between so much is the emotional. I'm such a strong emotional person, and most of the people I have conflicts with are logical people.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think I don't let my emotions get, the best of me.
And I don't know how to describe my relationship with my emotions. Like, they're useful when I need them, but when I put them down, I know how to put them down. And I don't always have them down on here.
Yeah, I can see
that was a mistake.
Yeah, you carry your emotions on I get it. Like, I really do get it for you.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of a power of not letting people, they don't have that power over you. Do not let them get under your skin. You have the power. They don't.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
The analogy that I used backstage with you was a bull with a nose ring. The bull doesn't wants to because it wants to. It goes there because the ring.
I do get something out of it every once in, like, I do get the feel I'm seeking, so that does benefit me to some extent. But then at the same time, like, I don't want to use this as a excuse, but I'm Latina, I'm like, we just are emotional creatures. I come from an emotional family. Like, this is just how we are. And I consider it a good thing. Especially in an emotionless world, the world is becoming more self-centered. The world is becoming more incel.
Because of lack of the emotion, or because of the emotions?
I don't know. I think sometimes it's because of the lack of the love, whether that be the love from a family member, self-love, love.
I think people are just so sensitive these days, and their emotions are in the way. I think that's the problem. That's how I look at it.
But they're not healthy emotions.
Nope.
We can speak on emotions, but there's good emotions and let's just call them healthy emotions and unhealthy emotions.
Any emotion to excess is bad.
Any emotion to access is bad.
Excess, too much of. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing.
That's true. I also don't want to. I never want to tell people, show people what will get to me. That's another thing I think I learned from the psychological operation unit that I worked for, right? I will never give anybody what would tick me off, if that makes sense.
Right. I will actually pretend to be angry about something that has no emotional value to me whatsoever, so that you think I am upset about that thing.
Bingo.
And never mention it again and not react to it the next time it comes across, leaving you banging away at your keyboard trying to figure out why it's different now.
Well, I think that is kind of manipulation. Since I don't think like I'm just myself, I don't think like that. Like, don't.
I hear you. That psychological.
Yeah,
unit,
when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, see, y'all are out of my league."
Yes, she'll do well in YouTube.
Yeah, for shit show.
But but this is how I see with emotional people is manipulation, because they use their emotions to, get to people.
I'm always mad. or upset. That it doesn't get, and then both of them piss people
Well,
off.
no, not you per se.
Oh.
I mean, but yeah, like some of the people that either cry on demand or whatever. Form of
And
manipulation.
also, sometimes people can have real emotions, and people will think that they're fake emotions. So people are losing the ability to see what is real and what is not real when it comes to
Agreed. I agree.
That is discernment. And
can you really have discernment online, or is this only discernment in person?
no, that's personal. That is a personal
That is the mistake I made.
Those emotional doohickeys that we were talking about. It is very easy to get tripped up when it comes to not recognizing the difference between reality and discernment. You know, you have to discern what you believe to be true, right? So you only have a certain amount of information. This is why I like the analogy of a boat out at sea, and you get more scared when you can't see the land. But any sailor knows it's safer to be out at sea.
True.
So it's a lack of information that makes you think you are more unsafe farther away from land.
Well,
you're actually safer in a seaworthy vessel away from land than you are near it, because at any moment a storm could pop up and blow you into the rocks. But if there are no rocks, that can't happen.
Right.
So I'm thinking emotional people aren't good on panels. They have a purpose. they have a purpose, but they're not good.
Great.
But the emotion are good artists. I'm seeing that my art is great, though.
I actually think they're really good on panels because there's a lot of drama involved and people get engaged and fired up and blah, blah, blah. Right?
I guess.
That's what I mean. That again, and Cynthia, that's why I'm saying, like, try to not let these people get to you, because now they know what buttons to push when it comes to you.
Well, why do they want to push buttons anyways? Because they're people on the panel. Because they're people on the panel. Hang on, they're people on the panel. Why do I want to hang out with people that want to push buttons?
Because they do it for clicks and views. I mean, they all do it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Now,
that's what I'm saying. I thought we were having, well, I came on to have on my panels. You haven't been on my panels. Sasquatch has. On my panels, we have conversations. We don't have all of this. My panels are actually different. So I came on here to have conversations, and I'm realizing that there's very few. There will be those that come on, that's what I'm looking for. And you think, oh yeah, cool. But it's not really that. And so
no, I need to come to your panel. I haven't been. I'm so sorry.
Well, yeah, it's okay. Because I'm starting to do my blogs and put out videos. Speaking of,
good.
But I think emotional people are great artists, are great visual art. I think the emotions are what helps me be an artist.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think we agree that art is not reality.
Bullshit. I wasn't talking to you. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking to you, Sasquatch. I was talking to you.
By the way, thank you so much for whoever subbed. I appreciate you. Now I'm at 309.
There you go.
Yay, Izzy.
I appreciate you guys so much.
You should do you should activate your community tab and start dropping daily poll questions. They love that.
I can do that.
I'll tell you what you do. You take a picture of a pretty flower or a cat or a dog or something.
Oh, I hate cats.
Random freaking poll question.
I hate cats with a passion.
Well, just whatever, something pretty.
I do need one more to like make it 310. I don't like odd numbers.
All right, so everybody go. Do you know how to put your link in the back chat, and I'll drop it in the front?
It's already back there, I think.
Is it?
Maybe.
I think that was
Sean G. That's the Discord.
That's her Discord. That was Sean G's up earlier.
I'm not doing this.
Well, geez, guys, we only got speaking of art, have y'all seen my latest art project? Sasquatch, I'm looking, even though Flo's
right.
not here.
So here's
even
the
though
thing.
he said not to.
I don't know how to do it.
You can hang your hat just about anywhere except on that video getting played by my hand. I know better.
He didn't mean that when he said it. He was just funny.
And no, you might be right. He might not have.
No, why? Why don't y'all support my art? Y'all can make fun of me and y'all can push buttons, but y'all can't support my art? What is that?
Oh, I fully support your art. Go do it. You're doing an excellent job. I'm proud of you. But
Okay. Let's just say that if you saw a video, all right. Well, let's just say if you saw a video of mine, what would you have thought of the transition shots?
How would I know unless I've actually seen it, which I have not? And I know the one you're specifically questioning, and I haven't seen it. So how would I respond not having seen it and not supposed to show it? I'm not gonna. And why are we having the conversation? Izzy.
Okay, well, when you watch it, you should pay attention to the transitions in the titles, and you should pay attention to the movement of the titles and the audio, and you should give me feedback on that.
Me and Izzy
if you don't mind, I would appreciate your knowledge back, your feedback, because I respect it.
Right. I hear you. And flattery will get you everywhere, but demanding.
So
you're right, mate. Right. This is a total wussy whip type situation.
Sasquatch, I don't know
why he says that. I'm not demanding. I just know what I want, and I'm confident in asking for it, and somehow it comes off as demanding.
Is that not demanding? Are you leaving?
No, I'm asking specifically. I want you to pay attention to those minor details, because those are ones that I think you would notice if they were good or not. I don't think anybody else would have noticed those like you would.
You want access to my autism. I got you.
Yes, and it's strictly it, because even I'm not gonna lie. Well, I thought about you on this one particular title movement, and I said,
"Are you trying to leave?"
No, I'm good. I was just telling you, I don't know how to drop my link in the.
Oh, did you drop it in the private chat?
I think I did.
No.
I don't know. Did I?
You didn't. No. Okay, Izzy, go to the front chat and leave a comment, and I'll pick it up from there. Can you do that?
The front chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
Just a comment, not the link.
Yeah, just leave. Yeah, just leave. Hey, girl. Okay, got you.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Got you.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I would love to reach maybe 310, 320, 3.
All right, 309. Let's get you to 325. Why not?
There's no upper limit to that, right?
Thank you. I appreciate you. And yes, I would love to come to your panel and have, a deeper conversation.
They will. My panels are coming back, but I have Sasquatch. This is why I want to talk to you, because I have a whole marketing rollout. This is why I want to have these conversations. But Flow State's just being a hater.
No. Part of the issue here is between me and you, Cynthia. When we have a conversation, every suggestion I make is answered with the words no.
Yeah, but I still take it into consideration later.
So I don't understand. I'm supposed to just take the abuse and be thankful? Nah.
The same reason I take the abuse from you. You always interrupt me. It's our dynamic. It's our love language.
I feel like you're being irrational.
Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
She reminds me of what's the guy from Looney Tunes has the pistols?
Who?
Oh.
Who are you talking about? Izzy or myself?
Sam. What's his name? Sam. He's got 2 guns. He's always trying to kill Bugs Bunny.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What's his name?
The older guy.
Oh my gosh, where's my phone?
Right, somebody Google that shit. Stat.
I'm looking it up. Looney Tunes. What would I? What would I say? Looney Tune.
Need more coffee.
Sam.
Pretty sure his name is Sam.
Hair trigger. He's Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam. That's it. Thank you.
That's
Good
it.
God.
Yeah.
Yosemite.
Okay,
Here's
who
why
are you
he's
saying is
cute.
Yosemite Sam?
Because when you reach a point where you don't like where the subjects go and you lean back in your chair and go ratchet, you just barely hear you. That little grumbly thing that he does when he's
I growl and shit too. When I'm in real life, I growl. I start growling.
So tell me about your video, Cynthia. What the video is about.
I think it's best we not talk about it on this platform. Let's go to a platform where it's well respected.
Oh no, we can't do this. Float
No, it's definitely I enjoy filming. I think for YouTube for me is a platform to display my art. I wanted to come on and be myself. I am met with a lot of resistance, but filming myself and creating stories is a better way for me to convey myself. And it's actually I'm starting to enjoy the process of it. So it's just kind of following me, following a different story around. It's basically a hero's journey. And I'm looking, so follow the journey and see if I make it. I'm actually thinking of my elevator pitch, and I plan to incorporate people from the actual panels into this. I did go to school for editing. Both my son and I went to school for editing. I'm very passionate about art and photography. I've been in the photography world for probably 25 years now. I've always been a great photographer. I'm a great filmmaker, and I have a beautiful eye. I can see beauty in anything. I want every one of my film. I call my videos my films because they are mini films. I want every one of my films to I want y'all to see that. And so it's just kind of following the hero around. And I'm going to also take down every video of mine on YouTube and just leave up the new ones.
Okay. So what are you targeting right now?
Right now, it's called the blog community. I don't know if you know what a blogger is. It's like the blog community. I've met a couple of cool people online. After I get about 12 under my belt, I plan to start reaching out to local bloggers to start interacting with them and creating content. The difference between being this style of content creator versus sitting on a live panel is there's a lot of filming involved. So yes, I can do it by myself. And yes, I'm great doing it by myself because I do need to learn this process. Today I'm pulling out my suitcase and using it as my dolly. But the work will be better, and meeting another content creator, it's going to be easier to connect with them and just vibe off of them and get more creative ideas. Initially, I've already confirmed with 2 people who are going to they're going to be like the people I call in, and I'm going to have them come on like they're going to be on their phone, and you're going to see us having phone conversations. I have 2 people. I wanted to use another person as somebody who I watched on YouTube in this story. So I want to incorporate people.
I like that.
Into my art.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That'll be fun. So, Cynthia, can I ask you something? What is going on with you and Based? Are you guys fighting?
Are you making Based sleep on the couch?
Is he? I gotta tell you, it's right there in that one moment that you just suddenly become a bitch. And it's just like, wow. It'll just be like the most amazing, deep conversation. And then you just take it straight to a headshot.
No,
and it's like,
literally only
holy
because
hell, bitch, read a room already.
Yikes.
Like,
No.
obviously, you can tell that there's issues. Holy hell! Like, and this is what I mean. I was having the realest fucking talk, and you can't do that shit. Like, damn, Izzy. Hell no, I ain't answering shit, Izzy. I'm not answering
all that respect, folks.
No, I'm not answering shit. I was just having the realest fucking talk with you, Izzy, and you took it to
bro, come up here and tell us what it's about. I want to know what it's about. Suddenly, I know. Base,
no, Base, please don't. I'm trying to salvage whatever the fuck we got. No, please don't.
Come on up here.
I'm trying to salvage because I need you for this project. So please let's just still take a time out and we'll talk about this in a couple of weeks.
Why don't you take a time out? I'm an adult. I do what I want.
No, because
no,
see what I mean?
This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Anything I say is met with a negative immediately.
No, you don't understand my mission. I'm on a mission right now. I need this guy. Okay, but right now I don't want to. But in the end, because I was talking about my art, this guy's amazing towards my art. What do y'all think I've been writing in my notebooks? Who's who? Whose character can I develop? Who's going to have a good work ethic that I can work with? Izzy, I hope you're not offended. I hope you're not offended, sweetheart.
Are you joking? You straight called her a straight up bitch straight to her face. How could you not be offended? That's designed to be offensive. There's no other interpretation of what just took place. And if you think there is, y'all really need to do some soul searching, honey.
What? First of all, I call it just like I see it. This is a perfect example of I was just having a real conversation. Like, listen, Sasquatch, I would love to talk about my art with you. I think OTW, there's probably 2, maybe 3 other people I think would actually appreciate the art. The rest of them, I think, are just going to be them.
Cynthia.
And then, like, I'm giving you my soul, and then Izzy's like, "Oh yeah, what's up with you and Babe?"
No. Can I please clarify?
You see him in the comments just talking cash money shit. I'm doing my absolute best to ignore it.
Okay, but can I just
working on what you tell me to work on? Don't let him see you get upset. What are you doing?
No, I agree. I agree.
The headshot to the head.
Cynthia, listen. No, honestly, I'm sorry. I did not know it was going to trigger you this much, but I
kind of feel like you did, girl.
I promise I didn't. No, I didn't.
Feel like you see my emotions and my instincts are telling me you're playing a game right now. But see, your words are saying you're not. But yeah, I don't know. My spidey sensors are telling me the game's being played right now, and you're in it.
No, I promise. I promise I'm not. I saw his comment and I was just he was calling you combative. And that's why I asked you. I promise you
everybody.
I promise you it wasn't intentional. I just saw the comment and that's why I asked, are you guys fighting? I would tell you if I was playing a game. I would totally say it.
No,
okay.
I disagree with you there, Izzy. If you were playing a game, you would definitely not tell her you were playing a game.
Exactly. I'm just like, this is what I mean.
No,
what was
I'm not.
I just fucking got up here and had a real conversation about my heart and this,
and I enjoyed it.
Flo, come on, man.
I loved it. I loved what you shared. I loved your story.
No, it doesn't matter now. Now in my head, I'm like, don't ever share another damn thing with Izzy
my
in your life.
Oh no.
Oh, you might. Stranger danger. Izzy is now stranger danger.
Because I asked one question.
Emotional people don't need to be on panels. This is why I was going back into my art.
Girl, that's because I asked one question.
No, not just because that. It was other things. But welcome, Flo.
What other things?
Oh, no, not from you. I was just rambling.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Beautiful. This is beautiful.
You can't just, and it's not you, Izzy. It's not you. Like, Izzy, it's just, It's Izzy, it's not you. You're just at this point, I'm just mad at the man. And you're
Gotcha.
just a representation
I
of
am sorry.
man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not mean.
okay.
I
And
saw.
I
I
don't
saw
mean
the
the man
comment.
base. I mean like the man, like the
The white man.
yeah, like the people that play these type games for fun. I'm mad at that man. Like whatever you
Oh,
call
I
that.
get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
I'm just saying, like, I'm mad at Ooh,
But
I
it
can't
is
stand
Izzy's fault though, right? Because every time it's something, it's not you, it's me thing, right? That's always a lie. So,
What are you
anyways,
talking
I was
about?
just coming up to check the time.
Oh, you've got we got like
I need to walk my
maybe
dog.
like 15 minutes, and
You
it
got
just
20
so
minutes.
happens my video is under 15 minutes.
Oh, they
I guess
left.
they wanted, yeah, girl. So anyway, so I don't want you to be like, oh, Cynthia doesn't like me or anything, and it's
Oh
not
no, I don't think
that.
that.
It's
Yeah.
just stranger danger. I got to move with caution now.
No, I get it. I totally get
Yeah,
it. But I truly saw his
appreciate it.
comment, and that's why I asked.
Well, he doesn't like people anyways. Like this is what he does, and you were up here
No, he
saying
does
don't.
not like to be wrong, and you
And
call him
you were
out.
sitting up here saying, "Don't let him see you." That's the first thing. That's I'm like, okay, I'm fucking holding that shit down. Like I'm holding
Absolutely.
it down, right? Like like girl, there was tons of comments, but I'm like, no, don't even fucking pay attention. Like I'm looking out the window, I'm looking at my dog, and then you just
Yeah.
come and just head right between my eyes, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
easy.
Oh, so it's bad timing. I get it. Bad timing. I get it. But truly,
Okay,
it was
let's go
his
with that
comment.
bad timing. We'll go with that, sure.
No, it was truly again his comment.
Oh
But
my
no,
God, OTW. I'm gonna fucking expose my whole real email just so you can get it, bro. Any of you other motherfuckers dox me, I'm fucking
oh
blocking
shoot,
y'all. Wait,
who's
never
doxing
mind.
you?
OTW, can you hit the stage so I can give this to you back chat, please? Because I do want to hang with you for a second because I have some questions on the tracking. I need to do some face tracking. Well, not even face tracking. I need to do text tracking.
Okay,
Text tracking.
gotcha.
It's where you make your text, but then I need it to like crash into a wall. It's like very integral. Izzy, that's why I'm so upset.
I'm
Like my
sorry.
3-minute video took 18 hours to make, to film. Like you have to get the shot right. You have to
Yeah.
watch the playback, and that could be like anywhere from 5 to 25 times. You never know.
Yeah.
And I was just really sharing it with you, and you just
No,
came in
I
there and
know.
you
I
just
know.
railroaded my shit. Thank you so much for OTW, who's brought life back to it. I appreciate you,
No,
homie.
I really truly appreciate you
You know
sharing
what,
that.
OTW, I'm gonna come to your stream, and I'm just don't pull me on stage when you see me backstage. No, because God only knows who's on your panel. Damn it.
And I can't wait to see like your work and what you're doing. I
Thank
really
you, Izzy.
truly.
Even though I'm
Absolutely.
suspicious of you, I do appreciate that.
That's okay. You can't you'll in time you'll see that I did not mean for that. I just saw his comment, and I know that you usually go on his panels and stuff. And
Yeah.
so I was just like, what is going on? But it's you're totally I mean, I get it.
Thanks. Well, gosh, we only have. Would you like to see the video I made? We only got like 15
Yeah,
minutes.
I would love to
And if
see the video.
OTW could, like, but I don't think Flo's gonna bring it up where we can do it. They're really being a
Why
wonky
not?
about not wanting to show it. They're haters.
Oh, well,
Well, I
just
don't know.
can you share? I mean, I don't know if you have the power.
No, I have to have their permission. They have
Oh, okay.
to do it. They don't like being. They don't
What are they gonna
support the
do? Ban
team.
you?
They don't support the team. No, I
Oh,
haven't been drinking. It's fucking 12 in the afternoon, and what?
it
I
is
don't
12
even
in the
drink. I've
afternoon.
been drunk once this whole year.
Yeah, I have not. I've not had a drink in God knows how long.
Do you drink water, Izzy?
What's that?
Do you drink water?
Yeah, but I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, I do, but
I've
not that
tried
much.
it. It's just not my thing.
I drink like a lot of water. I only drink one coffee and 12 ounces of a juice or a tea.
Yeah.
and then the rest is water.
I've been
All
hating
day, every
coffee
day,
lately.
every day, all day. Water, water, water.
That's good. Water is good for you. Yep. No, I agree. Water is good. But I would love to see the video. I mean, I think you should bring it. What are they going to do? Remove it?
I can't, A, I can't bring it. B, they'll just throw it down.
Oh.
They don't like being told what to do, but I just don't understand why they're not supporting me.
Well,
Why
they're
they're
not
not
here.
supporting the
We can
little
just do it.
homie.
They're
Yeah, they're
not
not
here.
supporting the homie.
Yeah.
Shout out, Jalen. Jalen was in my video. Jalen and Triggerman made the video too. Jalen,
I
Joe.
want to make the video. I want to be in one of your
That's what
videos.
these channels are for. Because I know how to. I figured out OTW.
Mhm.
OTW, hear me out. I figured out like I'm gonna have like myself looking at my phone or watching TV, and I'm gonna have y'all's panel or a panel or whomever I choose on the actual TV. So in my vlogs, it's gonna be like I'm watching y'all on TV, and then I'm gonna build content. It's a whole thing. I already got the first 10 shows written out, but
That's awesome.
yeah.
No, that's awesome. I would love to
And
make
yeah,
it.
and then not supporting my dream just lets me know they don't want to be in my dream. Izzy, and that really hurts.
I get it.
I'm an emotional person.
And you help them all the time. I totally get it, girl. I
Thank you.
totally get
I
it.
feel like you're coping, but shit, I'm gonna sit in it for these last 14 minutes because damn, I'm gonna
No, I'm not
get what I
coping.
can
I
get
think,
at this
listen,
moment.
they're not here. Go get the video. We're like
I
they.
can't play it without them, Izzy. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
Still
they
need
control it.
Yes.
Oh, dang it.
Hey, but don't worry about them. What do you like to see in videos, Izzy? Are you more of a nature person? Do you like to see
I love
people?
nature.
Do you like nature?
Yeah. I mean,
What stories do you like to hear about? Like what draws you to watching a YouTube video?
So currently,
Hang on, let me give you options. Hey, just as I'm only asking you this question from an editor standpoint. When you look at a video, are you drawn to the visuals? Are you drawn to the title? Are you drawn to the audio or the story or just the content creator being that you're watching?
the story for sure. Yeah, the story.
Okay, the story. How much of an impact do the visuals draw you in and audio?
Tell me more about the visual. What are you talking about?
Like when you look at like sometimes they say within like the first 15 seconds, like to have good visuals that will keep a person watching the video.
Oh, keeping them engaged.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. Honestly, I have not really been here long enough, but I do love a good story for sure.
A good story. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And half of the time I don't even pay attention to the topic because most people don't even stay on topic.
Right. So do you, when you like, if you're hearing a good story, do you just kind of put your, walk away from it and still hear it, but not necessarily paying attention to the visuals of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Hey, I appreciate your feedback because the story is important.
This story is a lot of times I have my AirPods, I'm listening.
Okay.
And not really watching. Does that make sense?
Yes. Do you watch those? Have you seen those ASMR videos? Have you watched those before?
What are those?
Those are the videos where they like have the girl with the fingernails like.
Oh God, no.
Doing
Oh my
those sounds.
God. That irks me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Are you sensitive to sound?
To say I hate it when people chew on camera or loud. I hate it when people breathe loud too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, are those ASMR videos? I'm like, no, I'm like you. I can't stand those either. But people are enjoying not me, doing the nails, but they're enjoying just the quiet sound of like cutting a potato or putting a glass down. Does that
That's
annoy
interesting.
you? Does that annoy you?
Potatoes not, I mean, if they're just chopping something, that does not annoy me.
Okay.
There is one of my friends, because she knows how much I hate it when people chew loud. She sent me this one clip or one video. this creator, literally all she does is 2 different things, you know, to, I guess, to find out their textures and whatnot. And just, she has a ton of following, and it's so disgusting to me.
Yeah, that I'm with you on that. But okay. All right. No,
Yeah.
I'm getting some good feedback from you. I do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. What about you? What do you think is your, let me ask you this. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Why aren't y'all fighting? Go back to fight.
All right.
Is this what y'all want?
Let's pretend we're fighting. What's your
I have
biggest
so
pet
many
peeve,
pet
Cynthia? What's that?
Okay. How do I show it at the end? Flo says Sasquatch. He says if you want to show your new video at the end of the stream, I'm good with it. But I can't show it, Sash.
All right. What's your biggest pet peeve, girl? Let's get into it.
Pet peeve in other people or pet peeve in myself?
Whatever. You tell me.
I already told you this. People who leave the water on while they brush their teeth.
Oh, that's it?
Smacking. I can't stand people who smack, and I hate that. Like chew with your mouth closed.
A friend of mine who swears food tastes better if you can hear it.
No, it doesn't. No. Like that will trigger me to no end.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's not my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is when people are late.
Yeah.
Time management. It irks me so much.
Here's the thing about time management and myself. I am 10 minutes early for anything. If it's business, if I'm somebody's expecting it, if it's a meeting, I'm 10 minutes early. If I'm on time, I'm late. Now, if I'm off of work and I tell you, yeah, I'm going to swing by at 2, but I'm on nobody's time that day. I'm just on my freestyle. I'm going to go where the day takes me. It's not uncommon for me to be like 7 hours late. Everybody knows if I tell you I'm going to be there, then I'm really not going to be there.
Oh.
But it only deals with in my personal, but on my, if I'm in business, Cynthia, I'm on point. But when I'm in creative mode, Cynthia, I may never even show up.
Do you know when it's going to time out? Does it time out exactly at 12 hours?
Yeah, it's going to actually time out. I think even a minute or 2 before.
Okay, so this is an 11-minute video.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's too late now. But
just do it now.
No, we at least hyped it up. So, and I think Joe just said he has something he planned for it.
How
in 3
about
days.
we do the first 3 minutes and let everybody go to the channel to watch the rest?
Well, there you go.
Okay, yeah, and then I'll put my link down for. Oh, I like where your head's at, Flo. I mean, Sasquatch.
That's funny.
Hey,
that is funny.
I'm gonna go get the video.
Sasquatch, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Emotional people.
No, disingenuous people. I don't like people who say they stand for a specific thing while verbally arguing against that thing, right? Hypocrisy, hypocrites.
Yeah.
So I'm actually 100 hours away, watch time hours from being monetized. Although I won't do it right away because I still want to do some stuff before I apply for it. But I'm hoping that this Joe Cool video does take me over the top with that as far as the watch time hours.
Right.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
So when we hit 57, I'm just going to pop it up and start playing. That's not right. Where's the right one? There's the right one. Y'all go ahead. Continue conversating.
Conversating.
I'm from the South. I could do that.
So I'm going to kind of set the video up. So Joe Cool comes into town, right? And like, let me tell you guys, I had notes upon the interview.
If you're wanting people to enjoy the art of it, they kind of have to get it from their own perspective, don't they?
I was setting up the time. I was setting up the story. And I had it all planned out. Nothing nothing even went according to plan. Nothing happened. Joe just jumped out of the car. I just followed him for 12 minutes, and this is what we got. This was totally unscripted. Nothing was talked about. This is what's called guerrilla filming.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's racist.
No. This is what Jermaine and I, this is what we do. We would just drive around and we would find a location and we would just dump out and start filming. We wouldn't have any idea of what we were going to do. We just kind of had an idea, but we just moved. Just this is how we did it. And so this is the style of content. I'm actually great at this filming.
That would work excellently for live streams that are less than an hour.
That would, but here's the problem: is that the live streams would become pixelated. I could do it. I could film it as a live and then show it as a premiere, but I don't know if that would ever have the same effects.
It wouldn't. It would be the live streams that work, and that's
Right.
really what we're looking for: people who are actually following you, not people who click the button. You know, I don't care if you follow me legitimately or in a clandestine way. If you want to try to pirate some stuff up, you go right ahead. You know, I like hate watchers too. If you watch everything I do and you don't like me, you too, sir, are a fan.
very true.
Fine then. Here we go.
Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot.
Cop watchers who film police activity.
You see what's on your screen right now? This is called Cop Watch.
Excuse me? You need my ID for something? If you want to keep coming over here, absolutely. No, I'm good where I am. Okay. But I don't need your permission for none of that shit.
Caught on video, is it exercising a constitutional right, or is it baiting law enforcement?
Check this out. You guys got to get used to the new media, social media, which is what I do.
They call themselves First Amendment auditors and citizen journalists. They're on social media and known for getting in people's faces.
I can record anything I can speak. Be nice, Bird. Listen to me, please. No. You're gonna fall.
Joe. All right, Joe. I heard y'all got a cop watcher dude coming to Texas, man. Dallas, Texas.
Yo, Joe Cool, man. He's a police auditor. You know what I'm saying? He one of them like straight up talking shit to where he actually getting bad with the shit, but from the jump, man, he was kind of like one of them. I don't give a fuck you law. You got me fucked up. Y'all know my rights type shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit that you, especially in East Texas, you ain't gonna see too much of. So
don't give me orders. If I'm breaking no law, don't give me orders. Well, majority of the time, if the officer tells you to do something, you are doing something that it actually is. Oh, bullshit. Officer tell you get off the sidewalk and move over, just like you telling me, yeah, I'm not in your accident scene.
You know what I'm saying? I like to see how the interaction go, because like he stand on his business about how he feel about shit. So I like to see how the interaction go if he actually do decide to engage with the police around here and shit like that, or if he just coming just to kick it and see me and shit. I don't know. Like if either way, like I ain't finna push him to it, because I never want to sit and go to jail down here or get hemmed up in any type of way like that, man. And like I say, but this is his job, so you know what I'm saying? I take him, I let him have the reins on that situation.
I probably neglected to tell you.
We're gonna do this.
I'm really hard-headed and I like to do my own thing.
I know.
Hello, Cynthia.
I know, but I want to just ask some questions about auditing.
Yeah, I love talking.
So what is a cop auditor?
Well,
a police auditor.
A police auditor, okay, that's like I don't know if that's such a thing. I think a police auditor is what I call a cop watcher. I'm the guy who audits police, right?
What does that mean, audit?
Same thing you do at any audit. You hold a person accountable.
How do you hold the police accountable?
How do you hold the police accountable? It gets complex, right? That's why you got all styles, different auditors, different cop watchers. There's so many ways to do it. Well, you're asking me how I do it.
That building says words.
Police, put their shit on YouTube and give my point of view, give my angle. I try to just pretty much show what is, which is they're shitty, they're above the law, they don't work for us, they think they're our masters, they think we're beneath them. So I do a small thing, I try to show that. You got other motherfuckers though who get into it, who like pull paperwork, get their credit cards, see what they've been buying.
What?
Yeah, you got some motherfuckers who do it legal. I was over one of my buddies' crib today. He made case law, Turner versus Driver, where anybody can film the police, and that whole town is not allowed to make any more ordinances or anything until they go through a legal specialist. So, bunch of different ways, man.
Do you only cop watch in one state, or do you go state to state?
I've been traveling pretty much for 4 years straight. It's be easier to name the places that I haven't been than the places I have been. You know, this way?
Yeah, this way.
So we're still live 15 seconds after the 12-hour bit.
Why are we still live? That's crazy.
Mm.
This was
Well,
great. I love the video.
Thank you. But there is I did no manipulation to any. I didn't color correct. I didn't filter any of that. That is all the way I shot it in that light and everything. That's my art. That's my true art right there.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
are you saying your art is doing nothing to the film?
What?
What do you mean?
My art is doing nothing to the film?
What part of that is your art? Is it being short and filming up at him?
Yeah, it's picking the location. It's making sure I hit the right angles. It's getting him lined up in the proper shot. If you go towards the end, I was able to catch raw emotion at him at the very end. That's what I love to do the mostest. Yeah, it is absolutely my art.
I was just gonna say showing it raw was I liked it.
I liked it. I don't have anything negative to say about it, really. I was just curious of it you were defining as your art.
The color grading, like, did y'all see the way the shots were composed? His solid colored shirt against the craziness of the walls. If he would have had on a crazy shirt, it would have clashed. I made sure,
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
like y'all don't understand every last detail I put into these things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just find it hard to believe that you got Joe to go along with much of anything by telling him about it beforehand.
I didn't. He just said, take me somewhere. And I only knew I kept stalling because I was waiting for sunset. Everybody knows sunset's the golden hour. And then when I was like, okay, it's gonna, like, I was already planning, okay, where are we gonna go? Because I was already sensing he's not gonna do anything we said he was gonna do. Okay. Now I had to get it going really quick. And then that's what I came up with on the fly.
That's not bad. You did good.
Thank you. I'm good at that. I'm good at picking out the sceneries and pulling it. That's what I'm good at.
Well, you're a photographer. I mean, that's the art of it. Yeah.
Exactly. And then now I'm trying to learn how to put the stories and learning how to be the star of my own story. That's another thing too. Filming yourself and editing yourself is different.
That's true.
Well, I thought we were going to be over with.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened. I'm going to let Flo make the call on whether or not we end it or just
I say we do.
Whatever.
So you want to end?
I got I got filming to do today.
I actually might go live on my channel because I found a really.
Oh yeah, did you get any more subs?
Oh shoot, I did not check. Let me check. Thank you for asking. Let's see.
Oh girl, we got you up.
You did? How many?
You're at 312. Thank you so much. Jody, did you see that? Jody, when I saw that, I said, oh, that's how come. If you look at that Jody shot, I actually framed that Jody shot up and I made sure to get the picture in just because of Jody in the chat. I wanted her to see that.
And Cynthia said that she wanted 25 people to sub today. So we need.
Yeah, you still got more time.
Yeah, that's true. We need 13.
We have a great Mobius of streaming going on. It's like a streamception situation. Like, I wonder if adding other streams at later points extends how long it can go live.
I was just thinking that too.
Because
that's
the case, we got like another 9 hours. I don't know.
Well, y'all have one hell of a show. I'm about to get out of here. I got shit to do today before I go to work.
Okay. Yeah.
Reality's more important than your.
Yeah, I still have to pay the bills. I still have to keep the roof over my head. But it was a good talk. I hope you're not offended, Izzy.
No, and I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to be that.
No. I really did not.
Richard, I appreciate y'all's talk, even though I don't want to talk religion with y'all. Y'all always give me Izzy. I saw them. They were getting you tripped up a little bit, and they're not doing it on purpose, but they will get your head kind of twisted. It's because but you're logic too, so I don't know. But
yeah. I didn't take it that way. I don't know. Maybe I missed what they were doing.
I don't know, but it was a good stream. I saw Bay say he clipped some shit, so
good for him, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be just so flattering. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Everyone, make sure to go and check out that video that we started here earlier.
That came from so far left field. I mean, that's one of those emotions driving actions moment.
Which one?
What I asked, I guess.
I don't. Yeah, y'all go back and watch it again. It's worth it.
Were you really shocked? Were you really shocked, Sasquatch?
It's just
you were shocked.
Out of left field. You were like having a perfectly logical conversation, perfectly reasonable thing, and then suddenly she's a bitch.
I know. What the heck?
They hit those spots. They just sharpshooters, and you'd be like, "Damn,
girl,
that was her. That wasn't they. That was her. She is they.
No, I'm saying it was her, but I'm saying she's not alone. And whether it be she doesn't understand the art of timing, or whether it be it's that
it's a conspiracy.
No, it's not a
remember,
conspiracy.
I just said I hate the man. Remember, it's the man. We just went through this. All right.
Well, you said it. You said it after. In my defense, I read a comment and I'm like, "What the heck is this?" Because what I know is you guys are typically friendly,
and we still are. This is just content creator friendliness right now. We still are.
Gotcha. But yeah, girl, calling me the B word and everything.
All right. Well, you guys have
funny. That's rude.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Izzy. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I accept your apology. I appreciate it.
I'm sure Peter will live on forever though in the panelverse. But all right, guys, y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too, hon.
Bye.
Bye.
Look what we made her do.
What? Rage quit?
I don't know what that was.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My gosh. I don't want to be called the B word again.
I'm not going to do that. I don't. Like I said, I woke up this morning and decided I wasn't going to be offended.
Yeah, I don't get offended.
It does no good. All it does is create an emotional response in a situation that's best dealt with logic.
I agree. At the end of the day, this is YouTube. No one should be offended.
If you're offended, it's your fault. You tuned in to listen to it.
Right. I agree.
It's funny like an asshole. Yeah, he's not wrong. It's just humorous right off the top.
I just don't let it get to you.
You were saying you had to go too?
No, I said just don't let things get to you. You're in charge of your own emotions.
That's true. You're not in charge of your own humor, however.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't get to decide what you think is funny.
But you know what's crazy? It was just a legit question. I mean, I saw his comments over and over again. I'm like, is there something going on?
There's always something going on somewhere.
That is true. That's very true.
Right.
No, that's a good point.
I mean, it's just like when I wandered into that flat earth debate and just got trounced on by Notch. I mean, I didn't expect that, which is probably why it happened. I probably said or did something he thought that was too pointed for the conversation. I don't know what it might have been. I don't know. I didn't realize they were having a specific conversation about a specific event when I showed up, and so I didn't get involved. When I realized, oh, this is between you two. Gotcha.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So what's your goal? Is to keep this live going?
I figure at some point it'll peter out under its own weight, and once that occurs, I'll end it. I don't really have a goal. I mean, the idea is for Flow to eventually get remonetized and for me to sit around and do absolutely nothing about it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
I gotta admit, though, I did enjoy the conversation that took place up here with all of y'all. That was magnificent.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we did make a breakthrough with Cynthia, but when she sleeps and resets her little identity profile, it'll go away. She'll wake up tomorrow being exactly the same person she was yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know her that well.
So tell me this: which opinion of you do you think will stick longer in her mind? Her opinion of you as a respectable content creator, or the bitch?
That will stick more like in her mind.
Own mind. Yeah,
Probably the second one.
I mean, I think that's most people. I don't think that's anything about you or her, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. She'll know in time that I'm not.
But
I mean,
she made an emotional decision on an emotional experience, and you see
Yeah.
where that got her.
And it's crazy because we just talked about, hey, don't let people get to you. And it was truly an innocent comment.
Yes. Oh my Lord. Sometimes these people on YouTube, man, they are so sensitive. And here's the thing. You don't necessarily have to be offensive to them. You can merely be present and they will take offense. And these people tend to have the victimhood mentality. They are exactly the same people who say, look what you made me do.
Right. Right. And that's the thing that I can't really, this is not a shot at Cynthia, but I cannot stand it when people are like, well, you made me do it. No, I can't make you do anything. I don't have that power. Yeah. I'm not that powerful. You did that to yourself.
I disagree. I am exactly as powerful as you allow me to be.
Bingo. Well, I mean, I agree with that, but if you break it down,
Sure.
But yeah, again, they're in charge of their own emotions, but oh well.
I approach YouTube from a Sun Tzu perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Deception is the point. If you catch my drift, right? Like you never, okay. I view YouTube as the enemy itself, right? So I never do what YouTube expects, and it keeps me kind of in an algorithmic weird place where when I'm doing videos, I pick up subscribers daily, like constantly. But then when I stop doing stuff, they're expecting me to do something daily. And so YouTube starts poking you with the shock rod and deep, like downgrading your SEO value and stuff. It's the whole algorithmic thing. You're supposed to tickle the algorithm every day. Just go do something with it and it'll play nice with you. But then one day you're going to forget, or you're going to be busy, or your mom is going to be in the hospital, or you got a baby coming or something, and you're not going to upload something. And YouTube's like, bad boy.
Yeah.
Cat's of yours.
Yeah. No, I get it. I have to say, I really enjoy your documentaries that you review.
Well, I like to cover a lot of different topics myself, which ends up putting me in different panels and with different people. I collaborate with a lot of different creators. Like with Flo doing stuff like this is an exercise for him in learning to trust people, and an exercise in me and not trolling people.
Gotcha.
We both are better for this.
So
Better
this is
people
an
in
experiment.
I'm always experimenting on just about everything. Constantly.
Yeah, I can relate. I'm always experimenting as well. But yeah, I do enjoy like when you visited the prisons from all over the world. That was kind of a great information. But I also am a nerd when it comes to things like that and history.
And when it's hard to quantify. I am the consummate jack of all trades. I grew up with the intent of learning skills so that I wouldn't have to rely on other people to have those skills, and then being able to rely on other people to have those skills anyway. The catch is, when I decided to become a YouTuber, it never crossed my mind that any of these other skills I had learned would be useful. But it turns out knowing the difference between crown molding and floor molding will catch somebody out when they're talking trash about some job they worked and they've never seen either. You know what I mean? And so all of the experience I have in my backlog actually puts me in a really weird position to be able to catch bullshit way early on.
Yeah.
Because I probably either read it, worked that job, or done something very similar.
Or experienced it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. No, I agree. And that's how I am. I'm naturally aware because I grew up in a third world country, and by the time I was 18, I've gone through 3 wars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you just become naturally aware.
You definitely have to modify your psychology for the long-term survival.
Yeah.
In that type of environment, your situational awareness is far more tantamount than your dreams or aspirations. You know, it doesn't matter if you're going to grow up and be an engineer if you don't get out of the way of an RPG.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
being conscious and aware of your surroundings and not freezing like a deer in the headlights.
Exactly.
Not standing by some silly ideal that's not going to protect you, and by not trying to conversate with people trying to kill you.
Right. Right. Oh gosh. I mean, I would live. This is what I mean. I would love maybe have you come over and like get those questions or, or whatever information out of me, because sometimes it's hard for me to explain it. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I spent a large portion of my middle years, say from about 16 to 25, I watched every single war documentary you could possibly imagine. It wasn't any kind of particular thing. I basically just wanted to know how to take Central Europe with tanks. You know, and I figured that would be pretty good crib sheet, you know.
No, yeah. Yeah. I actually watch those documentaries all the time. It is fascinating.
Some of it's absolutely amazing. I really dig like some of the more severe psychological stresses that were applied during like Unit 731 experiments. Dude, some of those were as close to hell on earth as you could get without actually dying.
Bingo. Yeah. I mean, it truly is a psychological warfare.
Yeah, and YouTube is rife with people who have native natural talents in utilizing these things, but don't really know what it is that they're doing.
Right.
Like that doing one thing with your left hand while not letting the right hand know what you're doing. That is a common deception, and it's classic. Flo, how many times you gonna come in here, bro? Like, I'm not bringing you up in any form, though. There you are. Look at that pretty face.
I mean, are we gonna end it at 12 hours, or are we gonna just keep rolling at 12:18?
I don't know, man. Like, I thought it was gonna kick at 12 hours. I thought that was